Alright. Hold up, I'm super nervous. Okay, chill. I'm getting stuff ready. I literally just finished getting stuff ready. Oof, I'm nervous. I'm super... Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, this will all be on a test later, so you better remember everything that I say, okay? Oof, I didn't think I'd be this nervous. Hold up. I'm literally kind of like shaking right now. Okay. Should I pop out? I'm scared. I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot how I was going to say like hi. Alright. Hi. It's me. I'm here. Hello. Ooh, I'm really crazy nervous right now. I may sound very awkward. I had like a whole intro prepared, like in my head. I was going to be like, hi, hello everyone, and I don't know, like a cringy VTuber greeting. And I got very nervous and now I can't do it. But hello everyone, thank you for the super chat. That's so kind, and thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. That was so nice. Let's see. My tracking today may be a little scuffed because my rim light decided to die on me like today. And so I'm working with a lamp pointing straight at my face. So I am a little blind. I have a huge white spot in my vision, but we should be good. Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Teapot lap, wow, thank you. Thank you, that's so nice. Look, it's the... I can't read. Look, it's the cute lady with the big old peepers. Hi, it's me. If you see my tracking break every once in a while, it's probably because I'm drinking water, because I'm very nervous. That was me drinking water. Okay. I'm cool. I'm chill. I can do this. This is cool. This is chill. Okay, do I sound good or am I a little low? I hope I sound good. I did like a bunch of test streams aside from the public one, in case you didn't pick up on that. The test live stream like a couple of days ago for like 40 seconds just to check that everything was working and that I wouldn't fuck up. And I didn't fuck up. So yeah, everything should be good. But you just let me know if I sound a little low or a little high. Let's hope my Wi-Fi doesn't explode also, because today is a very windy day here where I live. But yeah, I'm alive. I can hear you clearly. Thank you, you sound good. Thank you. Thank you. I did try. I'm still working on getting the mic to sound like I want it to. You're probably going to hear a lot of background noise, like me drinking from my water bottle or just like moving my mouse around. I still haven't figured it out. I don't know how mics work. But this should be good. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm super happy that there's so many people. I really wasn't expecting this many people. I'm crazy nervous. Some lag, but not bad. I was expecting that. It's a bad windy day. Well, not really that windy, but you know. And my Wi-Fi also sucks, so yeah. Expect some lag. I'm doing my best. This is why I'm not a streamer. This is why I make ASMR videos and not live streams, because my Wi-Fi sucks. So, should I get started or should we like chat a little bit? I hope you are not hearing those birds in the background. Like I said, I don't know how microphones work, and it's literally my first time setting the microphone for something that isn't ASMRing. So I hope that you're not listening to the birds in the background, and if you do, I hope it adds to the ambience. So yeah, welcome to my cemetery, by the way. This is where I bury all the corpses. I hope you like it. Just some tiny lag, but glad you're streaming. Thank you. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm really glad that you're all here. It's pretty windy out here. Yeah, it's a nice day. It's like a beautiful day. I love cold, windy days, but I'm streaming, so I can't be out enjoying the wind. But I'm very happy to be here, don't get me wrong. Sound isn't lagging, so we're all right. Yeah, as long as you can hear me, to be honest. You don't really need to be looking at me the whole time. You'll get me nervous and shy. Ooh. index fingers touching. Alright, I think we should get started with the Q&A. Otherwise, I'll keep rambling on about anything, like the weather. So, tiki, I'm moving. Ooh, I'm stepping back. I'm stepping a couple feet back. Tiki. Here I go. I should be good here. I'll move the chat a little bit up. Like you can probably tell, I didn't set up different scenes in OBS because I got lazy. I got too lazy to set up a different screen. So let's see. Boom! Slideshow. Look at this. Look at this Canva template. Isn't this fantastic? Water break. 100. I'll put the water bottle away. Otherwise, I'll keep drinking throughout this whole thing. When I get really nervous, I drink a lot of water. It's terrible because then I have to go to the bathroom. It always happened to me when I was in school and I was doing like presentations like what I'm doing right now. I always drink a lot of water beforehand and then I'd have to pee midway and I'd get even more nervous. But I think I'm doing good. My heartbeat's not beating out of my chest anymore. It's kind of beating a little bit fast and my hands are shaking just a little bit. But it should be good. I should survive. Okay. Everyone got their notebooks out? Because you're going to be taking notes. You'll have to remember everything. We have no idea when I'll be live again in the future. Who knows? If I'll ever go live again? Yeah, I will probably go live again. But you keep your notebooks out. Okay, are we all ready? Alright. Is the BGM okay, by the way? I hope it's not too loud or too quiet. I picked it literally 3 minutes ago. Because I forgot. I had like a little Trello list of everything that I had to do for this stream right now. And a lot of things did not get accomplished because I didn't have the time. And one of them was setting up the BGM until 3 minutes ago. That's why I was a little bit late. And also I was trying not to puke. It'll get better and better for the 20, 50, 100k, etc. We hope. I really hope we get to those milestones. And yeah, I will probably make other commemorative streams in the long run. I hope so. I really like streaming. It was fun setting everything up, even though I'm really nervous right now. It's fun setting everything up, and it's so fun seeing everyone. It makes me really giddy. It makes me like, yay! Everyone's here for me! I'll actually fix my headset. Oh my god. Sorry, I convulsed a little. I was fixing my headset. I have bangs and they get on my face and then the tracking is not good. But, alright. I really like the music, thank you. Well, I don't know, I'm saying thank you, you didn't make it. Oh, I forgot to set up the credit for the music. I know I was forgetting something. Anyway, whatever. Let's begin with this. Let's stop rambling. Look at this. Boom. 10k Q&A. Can you read? I hope you can read. Alexis 10k Q&A. Boop. Alright. Here we got some basic info about myself. Stuff no one asked for, but I'm sharing with you anyway. Oh, by the way, before we begin, a couple of you were ready to like have me answer questions live. We're gonna get to that. I made a little space for us to a little space for you to answer stuff. Oh my god, I can't speak. To ask stuff live. But it'll come later. First, I'm going to be responding to the questions that you sent like a couple of weeks ago, like a month ago. A month ago? This stream really got delayed. I wasn't expecting to be this long. But you know, with the holidays and everything, I was away from home, so it got delayed a lot. I was expecting it to do this like at the beginning of the year, or even before the new year. But oh well, we're here right now and that's all that's important. Thank you, Sharky, as always. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it was a while back, but we're getting to it. We'll get to it. But first, let's go through some basic information about myself. So my full name, as you can see here, is Cordelia Biancaniello. And I know that may be a little hard to pronounce. That surname's a little fancy. Yep, I'm still Miss Fancy Name. My name is still fancy as it was before the name change. For those who remember the name change. And for those who don't, I used to have a different name that's not that different from the name that I have right now, but I did used to have a different name. That is not proper English, I think. I did have a different name, and it was very fancy, and my name is still fancy, because I am Mr. Fancy Name. So, Cordelia Biancaniello, you don't need to remember the surname. Cordelia is just fine. Nicknames, I don't really have a nickname. You can call me whatever you want. Cordelia, Coco, I saw some people call me Delia, Didi, and Shark, which is cool. I don't mind. Alright. Will always be Miss Fancy Name, of course. Even if one day I change my name to Maria, the most basicest of names, I will still be Miss Fancy Name. I pronounced it first try on my third attempt. Well, Biancaniello. Biancaniello, very Italian sounding, yeah. I am of Italian descent. So, my age, I am 22 years old, forever 22 years old. I've been 22 years old for a while now, for a long while now. But I will be 22 next year, and I will be 22 the next year, and I'll be 22 the next year after that. Yeah. My birthday is March 22nd, which is just around the corner, to be honest. It's not that far away, you know. Tapping index fingers together. My birthday is not that far away, you know, March. That's like 2 months away from now. I hope you'll remember. I hope you'll remember my birthday, and that you'll send me a lot of birthday wishes. I hope so. Index fingers touching. Ooh, please. Yeah, March 22nd, which means I'm an Aries. Birthday stream? I hope so. I would love to do that. I would love to hang out with you on my birthday, because I have no friends in real life. Species. I am a human, mostly. I am mostly a human, I guess, kind of. I'm not a demon. I'm not a shark. I am not a shark. You can call me shark all you want, but I'm not actually a shark. I am a human, for the most part. At least as far as I can remember, I am a human. My height? Fuck you mean human mostly. I'm mostly a human. I'm kind of like a human. Aren't I shaped like one? Isn't this what humans look like? Look at this. Isn't this the smile of a human? Yeah. Alright, my height. I am 166 centimeters tall, which I guess translates to 5'5". I have no idea what that means, because I don't know feet. I don't measure stuff with my feet because I am a civilized human being and I use a ruler. I don't use my feet to measure stuff. So I am 166 centimeters tall, which is pretty tall. It's not like, I'm not short by any mean. I'm kind of like, I'm a comfortable average. I really want to wink, but I can't wink. My model does not allow blinking. Not because my model is bad, but because my tracking sucks, for the most part. Especially with this lamp that is blinding me. I cannot blink, sadly. My blinking, not blink, wink. I cannot wink. My blinking is linked. Plus I really suck at blinking. Winking, not blinking. I know how to blink. So my language is, like it says over here, language is English and Spanish. Like you can probably tell, I'm speaking English and I know how to speak English, mostly, kind of. I'm just barely taller than her, let's go. Bro, you're kind of short. Not to be rude or anything, but like, worse than that. No, just kidding, you're totally fine. Yeah, I speak English and I also speak Spanish. For those who don't know, although you probably do know because I said that in the previous video, and if you didn't watch that, you should probably go watch that. You should probably spend all your free time watching me and no one else. I am from Argentina, and so my first language is Spanish. I am a Spanish speaker. I'm not going to be speaking Spanish because I'm shy, and I think that's a little embarrassing. No, I don't know Italian. I do not. I am of Italian descent, but that doesn't mean, like, my grandparents were Italian. So it's not like I'm Italian. I don't know Italian. I don't know shit about Italian. I'm also kind of German, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I only speak English and Spanish. I wish I knew Italian. I wish I actually knew Japanese or something like that, some wavy language like that. But for now, I only know English and Spanish. And then we also have a little bio about me. I'm not going to read that out loud. You can go ahead and read that for yourself. I'm not going to read it, but you know, you can read it. I know you can. I know you're big boys, and big boys know how to read, so go ahead and read that if you want to know. I'm not reading it out loud because I am lazy and I want to get to it. Alright, we got a disclaimer. Questions were chopped up for the sake of flow. So, what that means, a lot of you asked a lot of questions in the same comment, which is totally cool. It's totally fine. I was totally expecting that. The thing is, this slideshow is going to be divided in different topics. So to kind of keep the flow of things so that I'm not jumping from one topic to another. I'm a person that gets easily derailed. And I need to keep my focus. I need some structure. So I had to chop up a couple of your comments into different sections just so that I could keep my focus and be able to speak properly. My question definitely got shortened. I think it did. And also, not every question made it in. A lot of you asked silly questions, and I love silly questions, and I was planning on maybe answering them in comments. But I thought maybe some of them were a little too silly to have them in a slideshow. I do have a bunch of silly questions, but maybe not all of them. And some other questions may have got chopped out for personal reasons, of course. I'm not going to answer every single thing that you throw at me. I want to keep my privacy. I'm a private little lady, and ladies don't share every single one of their secrets. What else do I have to... Disclaimer, I think we're good. I think we're good to begin. All right, let's begin already. Boom. Part 1, the basics. Very basic questions, very basic, one sentence long questions, kind of type of deal. Questions about myself, you could say. So we got Element Evil Team. Congratulations on being the first questionee. How old are you? And we also got an anonymous question asking the exact same thing. I am 22 years old. Forever. And I was born on March 22nd, like I said. I don't know why I added this slide in. Whoops. I must have forgot I added it in the bio kind of part of the thingy. Whoops. Congrats, says Anye. Thank you, Anye? Anye. Congrats. Thank you. What's your first language? My first language, like I said, is Spanish. I'm from Argentina, and that's a little picture of me making asado. 100% real. That's me right there. Yeah, my first language is Spanish, and it's the only other language that I know how to speak. Daniel Daniel, one of our beloved members, thank you for being a member, says congrats. Thank you. I get you're not from an English-speaking country. How come you speak so fluently? I watch a lot of YouTube. I do. I watch a lot of YouTube. Yeah, totally accurate. Oh yeah, you did see the slide. I do remember I posted this on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm not short. This picture, as you can see, was taken from a high angle. So I look shorter than I actually am. Ignore the car in the background. I look shorter than I actually am. Because it was taken from a high angle. But I am a tall lady. So yeah, I'm good at English because I watch a lot of YouTube, but also because I studied a lot. When I was a little wee lad, when I was very little and attending primary school, I went to a bilingual school. Oh my god, my voice. I went to a bilingual school, which means they taught us a lot of English. And I think in secondary school, they also taught I think it was biology, chemistry, and one other subject that I can't remember, I think physics or something like that. They taught those in straight up English. But I didn't make it to secondary school in that school, but I did make it through all of primary school. And since it was a bilingual school, they taught us a lot of English. And I did really well in general in that subject, and I was kind of like a teacher's pet, and my teachers really liked me because I was a nerd that really liked English. And so they kind of like signed me up for what we call international exams, which are exams in which people from Great Britain come here to Argentina and kind of like evaluate young students, and they give you a very fancy certificate that you can use to like prove that you are academically gifted in the English arts. So I got trained for a lot of those, and that's how I learned a lot of English, and that's kind of how I know. But I also watch a lot of YouTube. Yeah, and I read a lot of fanfic. So that's where I get most of my English training nowadays. But I did get academically taught English a lot. Cute nerd confirm, I am. I will be 100% honest, I am a huge nerd. I like learning and I like books. I'm a huge nerd. To get the fancy certificate, I did. I have, I think I have like 5 or something like that. Yeah. Sounds hard. It was. Especially because the nerves got to you. Because you were like a little 10-year-old kid and you had to sit in front of like a 30-year-old British person with a very fancy British accent that up until that day you only heard in like DVDs. And then they start asking you a bunch of questions about like your topic. I remember I think I picked volleyball for like my topic, and then this person starts to like question. I was like, oh my god, I'm just 10. I don't know, bro. Chill out. No, not 5, 10, and like 10-year-old. And he started asking me like a bunch of questions, and I got really nervous. But I could like explain myself pretty decently. I just got really nervous. I think the nerves were the hardest part. Cordelia is so smart. I don't know if I'm smart. I did good in school, and I'm a nerd. Yeah. I wouldn't say that I'm particularly smart. I'm just nerdy, like that. Hee. All right, next question we got from that one dude. That's you. I saw you in chat. That's you. Hi. Congrats on the milestone, Cordelia. You've definitely earned all of the support you've gotten. Thank you so much. That means a lot. It's thanks to you, honestly. I should be thanking you. Ever since you mentioned English wasn't your first language, I'm trying to get my crown out of the way. English wasn't your first language, I've been a bit curious. Why did you choose to make your content in English? Is it so that you can become more acclimated with the language? If so, what other techniques have you used to become a more fluent English speaker? Well, everything that I said before, that's how I learned English. And the reason why I make stuff in English, even though I am a Spanish speaker, first of all, it is to keep my English sharp. If you have a second language that you don't use in your daily life, you basically have to brute force yourself to keep using that language, because if you don't like practice it and use it daily, you'll start losing it and you'll start getting rusty. So in a way, making ASMR content is a way for me to practice my writing and my conversation and my speaking and everything else. The second reason as to why I make stuff in English, honestly, it's kind of weird. If you ever see me like get stuck while I'm speaking, it's because I look at chat and my brain just it short fires. I'm so happy to read. I try to read everything, but I can't read while I speak. So I go like and I kind of break. To be frank, before you said you were ESL, I hadn't even noticed. So congrats. Thank you. A lot of people say that to me, but a lot of people do say that I have an accent. So I don't know who to believe. One of you has to be lying to me. Like, either I don't have an accent or I do have an accent. I don't believe. It's like very divided. I remember seeing this comment in the original post. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep talking. Second reason as to why I make content in English is that I don't know anything about the Spanish-speaking community. Like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube, and all the YouTube that I watch is in English. That is my way to practice my listening skills. I just cracked my finger from my foot, and that hurt a lot. I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but if you saw a crack, that was my foot. Anyway, since I watch everything in English, basically everything that I consume online is in English, I have no idea about what the Spanish community is doing. I have no idea. I don't know any Spanish-speaking VTubers. I don't know absolutely anything about them because I don't watch them, because I watch everything in English to keep everything sharp. So it wouldn't really make sense for me to make stuff in English. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for me to make stuff in Spanish since I don't consume stuff in Spanish. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they're doing on the other side of the internet pond. Like, I don't know. So it just, like, it made more sense for me to do stuff in English. And the third reason is because there's a bigger market, TBH. A lot of more people speak English online. So it kind of like made sense, you know. Also, that's where the money's at, you know? You Americans with your credit cards, throw dollars at me. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke. But yeah, it's where most people are. It's where most people do. It's the language that most people speak. I can't speak. It's the language that most people speak in the... I can speak. You know what I get. Whatever. Next question. I got stuck. I lost my train of thought. Do you have pets? Asks Jacobus VI. Jacobus the 6th asks, do you have any pets? I do. I have, as you can see, 3 pets. These are real pictures of them. I'm in chat. Hold up. I would say you don't have much of an accent, but some pronunciations made it clear that you are from SA. Oh, really? Huh. I can tell the accent. I've just never known what it is, but it's calming. Huh, interesting. We got a divided opinion in the chat. Some people say that I don't, some people say that I do. I like that. I like keeping people guessing. Alright, so, do you have any pets? I do. These are real pictures of them. I have 3. I have 2 dogs and a cat. Their names are Tino, which is an abbreviation of Constantino, which is an abbreviation of Capitan Constantino. I have another dog that's called Pancho. That means hot dog, and it also means lazy, because he's very fat and very lazy, much like I am. So that's why we named him Pancho. And then I also have a little cat, a little white cat called Nieves / Mimi. She has 2 names. Her legal name, like in the veterinary, something like that. Like in her cat ID, her name is Nieves, but we call her Mimi because Nieves is hard to pronounce, and it means snow because she's white as snow and she looks like that. Next question. Kathy Andrews Hall, very beautiful name, Kathy, asks, what's your favorite food? My favorite food is, I forgot the name, choripan. I forgot the name. You know, when you speak in English, your brain kind of like forgets how to speak your native language, or at least that happens to me. Like, I tend to forget. Like, I have to like change gears whenever I have to say a word in Spanish, and it's just like can't remember the word. This chorizo, no, not chorizo, it's choripan, which is a chorizo between 2 pieces of bread, and it's very tasty. And it's what I was preparing back in the past slide. You know, when I was preparing asado, I was making choripan. This is it. This is my favorite food. I have a lot of favorite foods, but I had to pick one because I'm a fatty. I love eating. I'll just say it. I love eating. I have a lot of favorite foods, and if I had to just pick one out of every single fantastic food that is there available to us human beings, it would be choripan, mainly for the sentimental value. It reminds me a lot of my dad. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of my dad, and I like it very much. And it's usually a food that you eat with friends and family, so it makes me really happy. And it's also very tasty with a lot of chimichurri on top. Yeah, ow, very tasty. Next question. Nemo asks, congratulations, thank you. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? All right, very easy answer. Chocolate. Did I just drop a bunch of frames or am I crazy? My favorite ice cream flavors are chocolate and dulce de leche. Again, with the Argentinian stuff, we'll be speaking about Argentina throughout this whole thing. I didn't realize Argentina was such a huge part of my identity until I was answering these slides. But yeah, my favorite ice cream flavor is chocolate. Why did I say that in Spanish? Chocolate and dulce de leche. Dulce de leche is kind of similar to caramel. You can think of it like that. It's so good. It's so tasty. So sweet, so tasty. I've been eating chorizo for all my life, and how didn't I have the idea, Lamau? Look, man, it's a hot dog. It's a hot dog. It's chorizo with 2 pieces of bread. It's not rocket science. It's very, it's very tasty. You should totally try it. It's just like an excuse to eat chorizo without salad. Yeah. Yeah, you never notice how different what you think is normal is until you're in a different culture. Totally, absolutely. I'm also going to be speaking about a little bit of, talking about a little bit of literature and music from here, Argentina. So get ready for this Argentina, lesson. Next one. Mikey the Gun says, congrats, gang. Thanks, gang. What's your favorite dessert? Again, like I said, I'm a huge foodie. I love food. I love eating. Food is fantastic, especially sweet stuff. I have the hugest sweet tooth ever. I love eating sweet stuff. I have gotten through multiple days without eating anything that is not sweet. During the pandemic, I think it was. There was a time in my life where I only ate sweet stuff. And I'm totally fine. I love sweets. I love sweets. I love everything sweet. And I love cakes. I love going to cafeterias and having a piece of cake with my friends. It's the most fantastic feeling ever. So I included a couple of my favorites. A couple of my favorite cakes. Although there is only one cake in this slide. That is the red velvet cake. It's so good, especially when it's prepared with beetroot velvet cake. It's so good. And the other two, we got cheesecake, which is not a cake. It is not. It's just a block of cheese, and that's fantastic. That's everything that I could ask. And flan, yeah. You still need to try flan. You should totally do it. It's the sweetest thing ever, and it's so soft and so spongy, and it's eggy, and the caramel is so caramelly, and you can have it with like a scoop of dulce de leche or some ice cream. It's so sweet. I love it. I love flan, and I miss it because I haven't had flan, like homemade flan, in a really long time. Beetroot, I don't think I've tried it before. Yeah, I think traditionally the red velvet was prepared with beetroot, and that's what gave it the characteristic red color. Fun fact, I think that's true. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, flan is amazing, and out of these, probably my favorite dessert, flan. So good with a lot of dulce de leche. I go crazy. All right, next slide. Cheesecake's the go. Cheesecake is the go. Cheesecake is amazing as well. With like a coffee, with like a latte, with a lot of sugar in it. Ah, so good. I love food. I love eating. All right. Turn Guts says, it's the same, whatever. Congratulations, a well-deserved milestone. Thank you very much, you're so nice. Which is the best meal? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Or are snacks the best? Wrong. Neither of those. None of those. Merienda is the best meal. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, I don't think it has a name in English. That's why I wrote in Spanish. I remember my teachers telling me that it was called tea time, but it doesn't really make any sense to me. So merienda is like a second breakfast that goes between lunch and dinner. Usually have it at like 5 p.m. Because I think in this part of the world, we usually have dinner very late. In the middle of the night, like we usually have dinner at like 10 p.m. And we usually have lunch at like 12 or 1 p.m. or something like that. Like 12 a.m. or 1 p.m. So we get hungry in between and we have merienda. A lot of people straight up just skip breakfast and just have merienda in the evening. And it's the best. Merienda, fantastic. It's the best ever. It's like breakfast, but it doesn't upset your stomach. Because I think a lot of people get really sick if they have like a big breakfast, and that's totally me. I can't have much. Like, if I just wake up, I don't want to be eaten. I just like have like a coffee at most. So kind of merienda is the way to compensate for not having breakfast. But snacks also are absolutely the greatest. I don't really like sitting down to eat. That's my thing. I find it cumbersome. I love eating, but I find it like very cumbersome to like sit down the table and sit with everyone and prepare the food and the table and the glass and the paper and whatnot. I'm very lazy to do all that. I hate to sit down and eat. And merienda is like the one meal that you can have on your own in your room without seeming like an asshole to the rest of your household. So that's why I love merienda. I love bringing my little coffee and my little toast or whatever I'm having that day, bring it over to my computer and keep computing while I have merienda. It's the best. Not tea time, that's gonna give me PTSD. I haven't heard it in so long. Yeah, my teachers taught me that it's called tea time, but it doesn't convey the same feeling. We don't have tea, fuck that. I'm not British. I do not drink tea. I have coffee and a croissant and a cigarette. No, I don't smoke. Is merienda just coffee and other breakfast things, or is it more random? It's literally that. It's coffee, yeah. It's literally the same thing that you'd have at breakfast, or at least the definition that I have of breakfast, which is usually like a coffee or a tea or mate, and usually something sweet. Usually like some pastries, like you're seeing there, some croissants, some facturas, maybe some toast. Yeah. It's that. It's breakfast. It's second breakfast, and it's fantastic. Sounds more like brunch. Yeah, but brunch is between breakfast and lunch. This is between lunch and dinner. In the evening, and you sit outside with your family, and you look up at the sky, and you like talk badly about your neighbors or something like that. Whatever. You don't drink mate. I do totally drink mate. I was drinking mate just like a couple of minutes ago. I love mate. Mate is the best. But yeah. I do drink mate. And I usually have merienda with my mom outside and we drink mate. Talking about mate dulce o amargo? That was Spanish for you. They're asking if I like my mate sweet or if I like it not sweet. Because some psychopaths out there put sugar in their mate. You probably know what mate is. I don't need to explain it, right? It's tea it's shaped like this. You drink it at that thing. It's very bitter. Very Argentinian. That's everything that you need to know. Hi, Cordelia. Hi! Some psychopaths put sugar in their mate, and that's just disgusting. Mate will always be bitter. Bitter with no sugar, no whatever, like mint, no like nothing. No like nothing. A lot of people put like ginger in it. Like they put sugar, they put lemon, they put orange peels, they put, I don't know, burrito. I don't know. My mom's been drinking it with burrito. I don't know what burrito is, but she puts it in. And it's disgusting. Mate is just mate. Bitter. Bitter like my soul. Bitter mate. Always bitter mate. So good. Mate, that's a staple for students here. Totally. University students and mate is like a symbiotic relationship. That's true, actually. I think I started drinking mate, like hardcore, started drinking mate, like injecting it straight into my bloodstream when I started university. It's just like, you get into university, you start drinking mate. That's just a rite of passage here in Argentina. Because it's very caffeinated. It's actually more caffeinated than coffee itself. So it's like a punch of energy straight in the morning, but it's just like tea. So I love, bitter soul, You're giggling says otherwise. I have a bitter soul inside. And this question will attest to that. Blue sky, what does that say? Blue sky high. I'm a little blind. I'm not. I just have a lamp pointing at my face, so I have a hard time looking at my monitor. What's your favorite movie genre? And we also got an anonymous question asking, get my crown out of the way, what are your favorite, least favorite movie genres? Any recommendations? Alright. I like psychological/horror movies, or what I like to call feel-bad movies. I love movies that make you feel like shit by the end, because I just do. I don't like happy endings. I hate happy endings. I hate happy movies. I hate like feel-good movies. Rom-coms, that's definitely my least favorite movie genre. I hate movies where everything goes well and people are happy and they're all hugging and it's a happy family and everything is perfect. I hate those. Hate. I like feel-bad movies. I like movies that leave me feeling like shit for the rest of the week. That's my type of movie. Specifically psychological and horror. These are a couple of my favorite movies. Girl Interrupted, I haven't watched that in a long while, but it made me feel so bad and it was so good. It made me feel alive. It made me feel good. It made me feel like a person. Perfect Blue also, it made me feel so bad, so sad, so like terrified. So good, it left me thinking. It rattled my gears. And my favorite movie of all time, my favorite movie ever is Unicorn Wars. It's so good. If you have not watched Unicorn Wars, I beg you, go watch it. I think it's free on YouTube, but you did not hear that from me. I think the English version is free on YouTube, but you did not hear that from me. Unicorn Wars is a Spanish movie about teddy bears going to war against the unicorns. And it's so grim and so dark, and it will make you feel really bad. And it's my favorite movie of all time. When I watched it first, I watched it like 3, 4, 5 times in the same week. Because it made me feel so bad, and I was just like microdosing on depression that week. So it's like watching this movie over and over and over and over. It's so good. Teddy bears fucking dying and killing each other in war. Thank you very much. Yes! If I watch a movie specifically to feel bad, then I want it to make me feel bad. Totally. Absolutely. Final Destination and Saw Enjoyer, I haven't watched those, to be honest. I watched like one Saw movie and I got bored. And Final Destination, I think I watched it like a long time ago when I was like a little wee lad. And I remember it was kind of good. I don't know which one I watched, but those were good. Yeah. I just like to watch comedies. It's just that I have a very particular sense of humor. So a lot of like comedy movies don't really make me laugh. I'm not a fan of like tripped and fell kind of humor, you know, like physical humor, I guess. And that's a lot of what like Adam Sandler movies default to give you an example, so I'm not a fan of those. I watched Unicorn Wars, it was complete psych out of the art style. Yeah, it's so good and you don't expect anything, but also it's so cute and it's so fantastically animated. Indie animation for the win, let's go! I love that. Slapstick, I guess that's a word. Unexpected war movie. I love war movies. War movies are fantastic. Also, one of my favorite movies is Jojo Rabbit. That movie is fantastic. I love war movies. I like movies about people having a terrible time. I love it. Love it. I don't mean Adam Sandler. I mean something like Rush Hour. I don't know which one Rush Hour is. But like a comedic movie that I really like is it Super Cool or Super Bad? The one about the 3 virgin boys going around doing stuff. The one that has the McLovin guy in it. Super Cool, Super Bad, I don't remember. That movie is a comedy movie that I can get behind. That is so good. Jojo Rabbit was a banger movie. So good. So good. Jojo Rabbit, so good. Love war movies. Love me. I'm getting distracted with the Hatsune Miku talk in chat. Let's get to answering the next question. Super Bad, thank you. It's because I think it was translated as super cool for some reason. Anyway, Isao Shirabi asks, what's your favorite song and why? My favorite song, at least at the moment, because my favorite song really like, it changes a lot depending on like the time of day. Well, not the time of day, but like I will get obsessed with a song and listen to it and listen to it and listen to it and listen to it for like a straight month. And right now, my favorite song is Heat Abnormal. I don't know what he was about to say. Heat Abnormal by Iwawa. It's such a good song. I've been loving that. Yeah, totally. And we also got from Anonymous, I would love to hear what kind of music you listen to, bands or artists you'd recommend. I'm a huge Vocaloid fan. I listen to a lot of J-pop and Vocaloid music and synth music in general. That's why Hatsune Miku spotted. The thing is, I'm like what I like to call a confetti listener of Vocaloid music. Like, I will listen to a lot of different songs by a lot of different artists, but I don't really follow like a specific producer. I follow like Deco27, but I wouldn't say that I'm like a fan. You know, I just come across cool music and I add it to my playlist. I don't usually listen to like albums or anything, at least not for Vocaloid, but for stuff that is not Vocaloid, which you can see right here inside, these are a list of some of my favorite albums of all time. We got Foals, part 1 and part 2 of their, what was it? Everything Not Saved Will Be Lost. I think it's the whole title of the album. I always confuse the title of that one. Part 1 and part 2. So good. My favorite albums of all time. I love those songs. They are fantastic. If you like indie rock or something like that, that's it. That's my recommendation. I also added some of Shudo's albums. I'm going through like an emo revival nostalgia phase, so I've been listening to a lot of 21 Pilots recently. So I added Blurry Face by 21 Pilots. I'm going through my emo phase again. I've also added Songs of Faith and Devotion by Depeche Mode, which, fun fact, that album was released on March 22nd, and what important date lands on March 22nd? My birthday. So that means they made it for me. That is my album. They made that for me. That is mine. Songs of Faith and Devotion by Depeche Mode. So good. So good. It makes me feel like a little vampire queen whenever I listen to it. I also put that one Arctic Monkeys album that I cannot remember the name of for my life. I cannot remember the name of it. But like I said, I'm reviving kind of like my emo/indie phase. So that's another great album. Brad by Charlie XCX. That is a very basic bitch answer. I know, it's Charlie XCX. It's Brad by Charlie XCX. That's the most basicest answer that you could get. But it's such a good album. It's such a good album. Even though it's like a basic bitch album, it's so good. I love it. We also got Kiko Miku 9. I think it's 9. That one Kiko album, my favorite Kiko album of all time. And it's pretty recent as well. It's so good, it's so amazing, and the album art, fantastic. I've also added 2 albums from Glass Animals, How to Be a Human Being and Dreamland. Those albums got me through a hard time in my life, and they are so good. And they make me really happy, and they make me feel like a little indie kid. I almost choked. And I've also got, trying to place my water bottle gently on the table so that it doesn't make a sound. I've also got another question by Genocider. ¿Cuál es tu grupo o artista favorito de música argentina? That means, what's your favorite artist or group? Argentinian music group, that is. What's your favorite Argentinian band, basically? I don't listen to a lot of Argentinian stuff. I like I'm pointing out right there, Octubre by Patricio Rey y los Redonditos de Ricota. And I also really like Babasónicos. I've been listening to a lot of Babasónicos recently. And I also like El Cuarteto de Nos, but El Cuarteto de Nos is Uruguayan. So that doesn't count. Although, you know, it's Uruguay. It's basically Argentina, you know? Yeah. It basically counts. Cordelia, have you heard of Origami Angel? I have not. Surprise Porcupine Tree isn't there then. I don't know what Porcupine Tree is, but it sounds fantastic. Porcupine Tree. I thought that was Finnish for a moment. I think it was the consonant. It's not Finnish. Uruguay no ma. Lots of love to Uruguay. I love you, Uruguay, because you invented El Cuarteto de Nos, and only because of that. I'm just kidding. Oh my god, that letter is so tiny. I literally have to get close to my monitor to read that. Majestic Walrus, fantastic username, asks or says, how awesome, well deserved. Thank you so much. What are your favorite hobbies you wish to get into? You can't say the sacrificing of ghosts in forests. Darn it, I don't sacrifice ghosts in forests. I sacrifice them in cemeteries. The effect is better. And we also got... Wait, this is a long question. I'll leave it for the end. Let's first talk about hobbies. You can probably tell by the fact that I am here and you're looking at me that I like content creation. I like being online. I like 2D drawing. I like 3D modeling. But you can probably tell that. You can probably tell that by just looking at me. Hello, hi. But I also like grandma hobbies. I like old people hobbies. I like hobbies that make use of my little human fingers. I like crocheting. Old people hobby number 1. I love crocheting. Right now, I'm making myself a black and white striped scarf in the middle of summer because I am smart like that. But it would probably take a while because I want it to be like extra long to make it extra cringe. Because I mean, it's a black and white striped scarf. That's like so 15-year-old OC coded. And I really wanted one of those. And it's going to be pretty long, so I'm starting it right now in the middle of summer just to have it ready for the winter. I also like cross-stitching. I've only gotten started with cross-stitching, but I find it very fun, very relaxing. It's like painting by colors. But you're also sewing. I like sewing stuff and I like cross-stitching. And I recently made I cross-stitched like a screen cap of one of Tomia's panels. And I think it came out really good. I'll probably upload a picture of it on Twitter sometime soon if I remember, which I probably won't, but who knows? Maybe one day I will remember it. The shark plate is secretly a hag. I'm not. I just have old people hobbies. I like old people hobbies. I like crocheting while I watch streams. I like cross-stitching while I watch streams. And I also like sewing. Sewing is fun. I like upcycling clothing. I like thrift flipping and giving old clothing a new life. I think that's very fun. I like sewing and it makes me feel like a little Victorian lady. When I first got my sewing machine, I felt like, oh, I'm a little Victorian lady and I'm sewing clothing. I have to sew this for my master, otherwise she will beat me and she will not feed me tonight. Kind of makes me feel like that. Oddly enough, this is the 3rd content creator I watch that likes crochet. Crochet is so fun. It's very fun and it's very easy. It's like the easier version of knitting, but don't tell the crocheters that I told you that. But it's quite easy and it's really relaxing and it's very repetitive, which I think is what you want from an old people hobby. I think everyone should have one old people hobby, like crocheting. Crocheting is just fun. It's very fun. And having like all the little yarn balls around you, it makes you feel like a little cat. It makes you feel like a little old lady and a little cat, a little old cat, a little lady. Cat, old lady. Now we'll read the question from episode. Congratulations on hitting the 10k milestone. You definitely deserve it. Hope you'll enjoy making ASMR content as much as we love to listen to it. I do. I really love ASMR and I have no plans on stopping. It's so fun and I've been having so much fun. These have been a very stressful couple of years. Couple of months. These have been a very stressful but also very fun couple of months. I've been having a lot of fun making these ASMR videos and I am not planning I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon. And for the questions, what hobbies are you into? Like I said, all of this above. What kinds of books do you read? Also, big hobby of mine is reading. I've been getting back into reading. I used to read a lot more when I was a little kid because I got into reading comics and the adults were like, oh my god, look at this little kid. They like reading, so they kind of like pushed reading onto me when I was a little kid because I really liked reading comics. And then I fell off because I started reading fanfic. when I got like my first computer and I started reading fanfic and going online a lot more, so I kind of dropped traditional books. But recently I've been getting back into it, and these are some of the books that I've been reading recently. Like you can imagine, I like horror. I like horror everything. And some of my favorite stuff includes Cadáver Exquisito by Agustina Basterrica, which you probably know as Tender is the Flesh, because they decided to change the whole title of the book for some reason. It's such a good book if you like cannibalism and dystopian worlds, and also Argentinian people, because it always circles back to Argentina in this Q&A. You're going to love this book. It's really good, it's so well written, and it's fantastically creepy in its mundanity. I think that's a word. Another book that I've been enjoying is Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. I have not finished reading this one, so don't spoil it for me, or else I'll 1000 day ban you. Don't spoil my books. I have not finished reading this one, but it's so good. It's written from, it's kind of like a home invasion kind of horror book. It's very horror like traditional horror, focused on home invasion and creepy old ladies, and it's all narrated from the point of a little girl, so that makes it even more dreadful. And it's so good, and I've been enjoying reading this one a lot. And also, this wouldn't count as one of my favorite books of all time, definitely not, but I've added Playground by Aaron Borgard, because I am edgy like that. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good book. It's splatterpunk, which means basically horror that centers on shock. It basically tries to shock you in its horror. It's very shock value-y. But if you're a disturbed person like I am, it is unbelievably funny. If you're fucked up in the head like I am, you probably will enjoy reading Playground because it's incredibly ridiculous in its deaths. It's basically Saw, but with little kids and a crazy old woman. So if you like graphic depictions of children dying in terrible gory ways, and also old incestuous old women, then you're probably going to like The Playground by Aaron Borgard, because that's basically all that book is. A crazy incestuous old woman and a bunch of kids dying in saw traps. Is it like the literary version of horror? Yeah, basically yeah. But a lot more disgusting, I'd say, because they like to get into other stuff that is not only gore, but also some other disgusting things that I will not get into, because I don't want those words to come out of my mouth. Just so you know, if you want to read books like this, probably take a good long look at the trigger warning section, because they are disgusting, but they are kind of funny at the same time. Alright, how to drink something. Boop. Sorry, I went kind of crazy there. I was dancing. And the last question that we got from episode is green tea or black tea? No tea. Hi, I'm a tea hater. I'm a tea hater and I hate tea. I do not like tea. Tea is boring and it doesn't taste good. No matter, I like, if it doesn't taste good without a lot of sugar in it, then I don't really like to consume it. And this comes from a person that has a very huge sweet tooth. Like, tea just basically tastes like sugary water to me. Yeah, you can have all the tea. You can have all the tea, Milovan. That's totally cool. I don't like tea. I'm a coffee taker. I'm a coffee drinker. And that's answering The Shining's question. Tea or coffee? I'm a coffee. All the way coffee. Next question. We got, do you watch anime? I do watch anime. This question comes from Nvexity, by the way. If so, what's your favorite anime? I cannot think of one. I am not the hugest anime watcher. I'm more of a video game player type of person. But I have a couple of animes that are very close and dear to my heart, and that includes Osomatsu-san, which is probably a controversial response to a lot of people. But I love Osomatsu-san. If you love dick humor and jokes about penises, then you're probably going to love Osomatsu-san, because that's basically all that is, and it's incredibly funny and I love it. And these are also some of my other favorites, and over there we have My Dress Up Darling, which I watched recently, and it's so good, it made me cry. I was like very sensitive when I watched My Dress Up Darling, so I cried a lot with it. I cried so hard with it during like the emotional scenes and also the not emotional things, and I was like texting with my friends like, oh my god, he's so nice and she's so cute and they love each other. I was kind of like doing that through text with my friends because it was so good, and I was very sensitive for some reason. I don't know, womanly hormones or something like that, and it made me cry a lot. And I also added Dungeon Meshi here, way big. That's a really good anime. I enjoyed that one very much. Delicious in Dungeon, that's the name in English. Cell's work is great. Another wonderful, beautiful anime. So funny, so nice. Surprisingly, I'm not into like anime horror. I haven't gone around to watching a lot of anime horror. I watched like the Junji Ito stuff, but if you're a Junji Ito fan, you know the anime Junji Ito stuff sucks. So I don't like it. And yeah, we got Hetalia. We got Hetalia over here. You can't ignore that. We don't talk about Hetalia. We don't talk about... Oh, Milovan, you're totally right. I forgot about Madoka Magica. That would also count as one of my favorite animes. I watched that with a friend and it's so good and so feel bad. I love it. Madoka Magica should have totally been in this list, but I totally forgot about it. I'm not much of an anime watcher, and I usually forget about the stuff that I watch. Like it doesn't really stick with me the same way video games does. You know, I like watch anime and forget that I watched it until someone brings it up. I don't know, but Madoka Magica is so good. Junji Ito, love his work. I do too. His work is fantastic, and he's a genius in horror, but not in the anime version of stuff. Anything that's been translated into anime from Junji Ito has basically sucked. So, manga all the way. I love horror manga as well. I did not have a slide for this. I should have probably added it right here, but yeah, Junji Ito is one of my favorite manga artists. I also love, what is it? What was his name? I finished Oyasumi Pun Pun very recently. That is a feel-bad manga. Oyasumi Pun Pun. If you want to feel terrible and want to kill yourself and probably spiral into a depressive episode like I did, read Oyasumi Pun Pun. That's amazing. I also really love Blood in the Tracks by... what was his name? I cannot remember. It's the same guy who wrote Aku no Hana. That's another wonderful manga right there. What else? I can't really think of anything else right now, but those are some of my favorite manga things. Oh, Takopi's Original Sin. I read that before the anime came out, and it made me feel very cultured and hipstery. I was like, I watched this before the anime came out, and I felt very proud of myself. That is another wonderful manga. Another wonderful feel-bad manga, and it's just 2 volumes long, and it's so good. Anyway, the question is about anime, not manga. I am hoping and praying a certain game is mentioned in a potential video game slides for a game that probably won't be there. I don't know. I only have one mention of a game, I think, in the following slide, because I only have space in my heart for one video game, and we'll get to it. And also, Mr. Dog Matrix, another fantastic username, asks, favorite anime intro? Probably the Osomatsu-san ones. They are incredible. They are so fun, and they hype me up so bad. I love the Osomatsu intros. But at the same time, I cannot remember any other anime intros at the moment. Alright, and next question. My voice is kind of killing me right now. I'm not used to speaking this long. I have to go now, don't worry. I'm very happy that you joined me thus far. See ya. Bye-bye. I hope you had a great time. I watched Chainsaw Man, Deadran, and Gachikauta before it got animated. You're a legend. That's cool. That's coolness right there. I haven't watched any of those. I watched Dandadan like the first episode, and to be honest, I didn't really like it. But alright, talking about video games. Raran-san asks, what's the story behind Danganronpa Demons? And we also got an anonymous question asking, what's your favorite video game? PD, congrats on taking subs. Thank you. My favorite video game of all time is Danganronpa 2. Goodbye Despair. I love Danganronpa, and I only have space in my heart for one video game, and it is Danganronpa. Danganronpa is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I know. Call me cringe, but at least I'm free. And that's my husband. That's my husband right there. His name's Gundam Tanaka. And that's me, shedding tears because I love him so much. Mwah. I have to make an announcement. I am a Danganronpa fan, sadly. Yeah. I hope you don't view me as scum from now on. I am a Danganronpa fan. I'm just kidding. I love Danganronpa genuinely. It's really good. It's my little guilty pleasure. Because I know Danganronpa is not technically and objectively the best piece of fiction ever. But it is to my heart. Why is that girl using a hamster for her tears? Because, I don't know. I thought the picture was funny. And that's my husband's hamsters. He likes hamsters. And I thought the picture was fitting. 2x2 looks sick because of the new scenario. Absolutely, I'm so hyped for 2x2. I am so excited for 2x2. I am so excited for 2x2. Don't even get me started. Let's get to the next slide, otherwise I'll keep talking about Danganronpa and my wife and my husband and my child, which is Gundam Tanaka, all of those. It's silly, but it's good fun. It's so absurd and so stupid. It's straight up dumb, and I love it for that. I've never played it. I've never really felt like playing it because I don't like the art. Oh, that's sad. I really do like the art. It does get questionably bad at times. But I love it all the same. Nova Uzumaki asks, congratulations on 10k Cordelia, thank you. Do you like any Sonic game? Not really. I've never really gotten into Sonic, but I love Shadow the Hedgehog. I like the concept of Shadow the Hedgehog. I like that guy. That guy is cool. But I'm not a Sonic fan. But that guy is cool. I like his movie also. And second, any favorite kind of plant? I'm not a big fan of plants. Everything that I touch usually ends up dying. But I do like jasmines because it's the only plant that I can actually smell. Because fun fact, I have a terrible sense of smell. It's not that I don't smell. It's more so that I smell, like the smell has to be incredibly strong for me to actually smell it. And also, I get accustomed to smells very easily. So I'll smell something, I can walk into like a room that has, I don't know, cat pee all over it, and I'll probably will feel it, but then I'll get accustomed very quickly to it. Because my nose just, I don't know, my brain just deletes like smells. So usually when I put on like deodorant or perfume, I just like spritz, and then I don't smell it anymore for the rest of the day. Like I can't feel perfume on other people. I cannot feel like the smell of body odor from other people. I can usually not smell bad smells that other people smell. My nose just doesn't work. It's probably because it's so tiny. Look at this. Look at this tiny little nose. Do you think I can smell anything with that? No. My nose just doesn't really work. They say psychopaths have a bad sense of smell. Huh. Interesting. Moving on. I struggle to smell flowers that are not incredibly strong. Exactly. That's the same for me. That's the reason why I like jasmines, because jasmines have a very strong smell and it's very nice. But usually I get accustomed to it very quickly. So I can't, by the time that I like lean in, smell it, oh that's nice, I don't smell it anymore. That's it. I have a tiny nose and I cannot perceive smells. Look at that. Look at this tiny nose. I cannot smell. Alright, Blue Sky again asks, congrats on 10k, thank you. Which game do you play more than VR chat? How many hours do you spend there? I don't play VR chat. I have honestly no idea where you got that from, but if you think it was because of the model and the 3D tracking, I don't track myself in VR chat. I use Warudo. Warudo? I actually say Warudo, but Warudo sounds cooler as well. I've only played 2.6 hours of VR chat. Not long at all, because I don't have friends to play it with. I use Warudo for my tracking, and that 84 hours of usage was a month ago. So I don't know how long it should be right now, but I use Warudo. I use Warudo a lot. Never heard of Warudo. It's like VTube Studio, but for 3D models. That's basically it. I believe that's called Bose blindness. Also confirmed Cordy smells positive. I guess I have nose blindness. Bose? Oh, it's not Bose, it's nose blindness. I am blind on my nose. Great. Okay, next question. Raptor Rap asks. Raptor Rap is a great username as well. Favorite Pokemon? I'm not a big Pokemon fan. I've not played any of the games. I've not watched any of the anime, but I like these guys. I like Evolutions. I think I found out about Evolutions before I even knew what Pokemon was. They were very big on the internet. The Evolutions Gijinkas were a big thing back in the day. And I think I found out about those before I found out what Pokemon. Well, I mean, I knew what Pokemon was. Of course I knew, but before I knew that it was a huge thing. You know, I saw it on TV a couple of times, but I first found out about Evolution Gijinkas before I found out Pokemon was a whole fandom. And I like those guys. I specifically like Sylveon. Sylveon is really cute. All pink and wonderful. I love them. I love Espeon and Umbreon as well. They are very cute. They are like dogs, but weird. And I also like Mimikyu just because I find him to be so cute and so creepy. And look at that little guy. That's so adorable. And he has I think he has something like insecurities. And he just dresses up as Mimikyu, as Pikachu, because he thinks that's cute. And he wants to mimic people and be loved. And I think that's very relatable. I would also dress as a Pikachu for people to love me. Michi Hada Ya Di Zuri asks, congratulations on 10k, thank you. I'm always curious about people's favorite musical instruments, so my question is, what's yours? It's the violin. Hello, did you know? I am a nerd. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I am a huge nerd, and I used to play the violin. At school, we had music classes, and you could pick one of 3 paths per se. You could either play the violin, play the cello, or sing. And I did not like singing because I like singing, but I don't like singing with other people. I'm a soloist at heart. Excuse her. Look at me. Whew, swishing my bang. Whew. I'm a soloist. I don't sing with other nerds. That was basically me back then. So I picked the violin because it's cute and it sounds cute. But I also did play the cello for a year, and I also did sing for a year as well. But most of my school career, I played the violin. So I'd say that's my favorite instrument because it is the only one that I know how to play. Although I do know how to play the ukulele because I had an indie kid face. So I learned at some point how to play the ukulele because I wanted to be like the guys from 21 Pilots. Singing ASMR when we may get to that later on, because I did attempt to make a singing ASMR, but this is not the time to be discussing that. We'll talk about that when the time comes. I don't know my favorite. I haven't interacted with that stuff in years, but anime in general, I've never really gotten into just Beyblade and Digimon and Pokemon and some knockoff Beyblades with cars. Beyblades with cars. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Does that mean a potential cover in the future? I would love to. I would really love to. I love singing. I'm just very shy and I'm not really good, but maybe someday in the long run, if I get like a better mic, like a mic more suited for singing, then maybe someday I'll make a cover. Who knows? Hey Shark Teeth, hi. I'm a car geek, so this one's about cars. Do you have any dream car So if you have a dream car, what would it be? If you don't have one, then maybe I can ask what cars you typically like. Thank you. I've come to make an announcement. I am scared of cars. I do not like cars. I am scared of cars, and the idea of getting in a car and driving it is absolutely terrifying to me. I do not like driving. I do not like the idea. I actually have recurring nightmares that I am just put in the situation that I'm driving a car and like my mom is in the passenger seat like screaming at me like, Cordelia, grab the steering wheel, do something, and we're about to crash into a tree and we end up crashing into the tree and I kill my mom and I kill myself. That is a recurring nightmare. I haven't had that nightmare in a while, but I've had it more times than I can count. And thus I am scared of cars. By fault of my own imagination. Yeah, I don't like driving. I like get around with the bus and the train and the subway. So I don't feel like I need to learn how to drive, and I am not planning on learning how to drive anytime soon. But if I had to pick a car, I like those tiny little stupid ones. I like those. I like the tiny little dumb cars. I think those are adorable and they're tiny, and I always love seeing them when I'm driving. Well, not when I'm driving around, when I'm out in the street strutting my stuff. I love seeing these little silly cars. They're very silly and very tiny and very cute. I don't envy your nightmares. I'll keep mine, thank you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they suck. It sucks because like the worst part is like my mom screaming like next to me like, woman, you know how to drive, pick up the wheel, why am I driving? And suddenly we are impaled by a tree. Try drunk driving, way better than regular driving. That sounds like fun. I will give it a try. The Beetle, that's it, the Beetle. I do not know the name in English. I like Beetle cars. They are very silly and very tiny and dumb, and I like them. Beep beep. Bebro Sniffer asks, cat or dogs? Why did I not put pictures on this one? What happened? I think I got lazy. or either that or I forgot to add pictures to this slide. Whoops. Cats or dogs? I can't really choose. I like them both. I love cats and I love dogs. I grew up with dogs my whole life. I've only recently gotten into like cat stuff. You know, I have one cat, you know, Nieves, like I told you. But I am living with two other cats. Their names are Canela and Macchiato. But they are my brothers, so they don't actually count as mine. But I do interact almost daily with 3 cats and 2 dogs. I love both. Both are fantastic. I love dogs because they are so big and dumb, and they're so silly, and you can kind of like slap them and play rough with them. And I like slapping their tummies, and I like scratching their tummies, and they're very cute. And I like playing ball with them. And I also like cats because they're very soft and super dainty, and they are adorable, and they sit on your desk and they judge you, and they make you feel bad because they are judging you with those cat little eyes of theirs. So I love them both. I can't honestly pick one. I love them both. I like big dogs, not like tiny dogs. Tiny dogs are cool too, but I like big dogs. I like a big dog. Woof woof, you know, not like a yip yip. I like a woof woof kind of dog. Coffee or tea? I answered this before. I am a coffee person. Tea hater. Put a hat on me, tea hater. Cucumber or tomato? I consume a lot of tomatoes in my daily life, but I do like cucumbers more. Cucumbers are tasty. They are very fresh and they are very tasty. And I love eating them with vinegar. So I'd say cucumber just because of the novelty of them. I don't usually consume cucumbers. Bright colors or dark ones? I like darks. I like dark colors. But also it really depends. I like dark colors, but I also like bright colors if it's like a white or like a creamy kind of color. I don't like bright colors in like bright fuchsia or like a bright purple or a bright yellow. No, I don't like those. I'm a goth girly at heart. I like dark colors and I like pale colors. Love your work and wait patiently for new videos, so don't worry and take your time. Thank you so much. That means a lot. It really means a lot when you like... From the times that I had to take breaks from content creation, it really means a lot when I get comments like these saying like, it's okay, take your time, prioritize your health. I really, really, really do appreciate every single one of those comments. They make me feel a little less guilty for leaving you all alone. Next question, and we are heading into part 2. How are we all doing? Have you been taking notes? Have you been taking notes? Have you... I forgot I was talking and took a sip. Have you been taking notes? Are you learning a lot about me? Are you getting my vibe? Are you getting my feeling? Do you get what I'm throwing? My throat is kind of dying, but I'm doing good. Also, I'm very hot right now. Like I'm crazy. I'm sweating like crazy right now because I cannot have the fan on. And hi, it's summer right now. And I cannot have the fan on because it picks up on the mic and that would be very annoying. You can already hear every single background noise that isn't background noise. So like the mouse and stuff, you're already hearing all that. So I didn't want you to also have to listen to the fan in the background. So I am sweating bullets right now. But I'm not as nervous anymore. That's cool. I'm not as nervous anymore. I've gotten very comfortable. I thought I'd be a lot more nervous right now. At the beginning I was crazy nervous. March 22nd, you remember. Thank you. I have to work, so I'm just lurking. Good luck on the test chat. Thank you for hanging around. I hope you're doing well on your job. Do your job. Work. Lift that shovel. Do your work. Get the money. Get the bag, girl. You can do it. Glad to see you've gotten into the groove. Yeah, I'm much more comfortable right now. I'm not terribly nervous. The only reason why I'm sweating right now is because it's hot and not because I'm nervous anymore. You're doing great. Thank you. Thank you. My voice is kind of killing me. My recording sessions usually tend to be a lot shorter than this, and we still have a long way to go. We are like halfway there. Jesus, help me. Jesus, have mercy on me. I probably won't be having dinner today because it is 9:30 and I should be having dinner right now and I'm kind of hungry. But I will probably end up having dinner at like 11 p.m. So appreciate the sacrifice that I'm doing for you, little lambs. All right, 3-hour stream then. I think so. I mean, I was expecting kind of like 3 hours. I kind of did the calculus. I pulled out my calculator, beep, boop, beep, boop, and I kind of like estimated that I would like spend 5 minutes per slide, and that added up to like 3 hours worth of streaming. So we still have ways to go. I hope you're not getting bored. Hi, you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. Oh my god, that actually means a lot. That I've never gotten that. That really, really, really means a lot. You are the best, and you are my favorite viewer. No, you're all my favorite viewers. I don't separate. I don't discriminate. You're all my favorite viewers. But I'm really happy to be your favorite YouTuber. It makes me super, 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 super happy. There's still questions from the thumbnail left. Yeah, actually, I made most of those up. I will ask them. I will answer them if you want to. But I made those up. Nobody actually asked those. You're hungry, noted. I'm incredibly hungry. Well, I'm not really hungry. I had like 2 pieces of toast before I started the stream. Because I knew that I would get hungry while streaming. So I made me some merienda before starting the stream. But I will get hungry soon. Favoritism is crazy. No, that was just a joke. For legal reasons, that was just a joke. All little lambs are my favorite viewers. Alright. The term is Oshi. Yeah, the term is Oshi when it comes to VTubers because we VTubers, we're weebs and we like using Japanese words. So yeah, I'm very happy to be your Oshi. Okay, let's get to it. Alright. Let me fix my chair. Let me get closer to the desk. Alright. It's 1:33 a.m. here, halfway through, huh? I'll manage. Oh my god, if you need to go to bed, go to bed, you dummy. I don't want to get sleep deprived because you're watching some silly VTuber talking to herself for 3 hours. If you need to go to bed, go to bed. I won't blame you. If you're eepy, go to eep. It's totally cool. I am an ASMR artist after all, so if I can make you sleep while not doing ASMR, then that means I am fantastic at what I do. Alright. Is this the question that comes right now? I think. No, okay, we're good. I thought I accidentally skipped over one slide. Here we go. ASMR and content. Part 2, ASMR and content. True Monarch D asks, what's your favorite ASMR trigger? Akasan asks, congratulations, thank you. Hope you keep making banger after banger. What type of ASMR do you like? Corrupted Carrot asks, congrats on 10k, you deserve it, thank you so much. What kind of ASMR do you listen to? Juan asks, what's your favorite ASMR trigger? Radio asks, you deserve every subscriber, thank you very much. For my question, what's your favorite trigger or set of triggers? And lastly, we got an anonymous question asking for your 10k. Oh, actually, I'll respond to this one a little bit later. My favorite ASMR is lo-fi ASMR. In general, like, I don't think I have one specific trigger that I really like. I really like tapping, I guess. It's like kind of like my favorite ASMR in general. My favorite ASMR, my favorite trigger in general. But for like a broader category of ASMR, I like lo-fi ASMR. I think as long as it's like recorded on a very crappy phone, I think it will totally definitely give me tingles. I love the background noise, I love the buzzing, I love I love it when they have people talking in the background for some reason. Like they are recording in the room and their parents are talking outside their door. I love that. I don't know why, it knocks me the fuck out. I love lo-fi ASMR. And I specifically love lo-fi makeup ASMR made by men who know nothing about makeup. That is my extremely specific ASMR type of video that I really, really like. I love seeing men, like, pick up the lipstick first things first in a makeup roleplay. That's not it. That's not it, fam. You don't do lipstick first, my man, no. But I love that. It's just so funny. And I also like horror ASMR, of course. I'll be talking about that a little bit in a future slide, but I do love horror ASMR as well. But in general, I'd say my favorite quote-unquote trigger is just it being a lo-fi video in general. Just the buzzing, the everything, I love it. I don't like very highly produced ASMR. Like ASMR that has like the best microphone and the best camera and different angles, and it's very highly edited. I'm not a fan of those, to be honest. I think they are a little too stimulating for my little monkey brain. I like boring ASMR. I like the really boring ASMR, like the very clinically accurate medical role plays. They are like super boring. I love those. Yeah. Highly produced ASMR, not my thing. Horror ASMR Loki gives me nightmares sometimes. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I guess you'll have a terrible time with the horror ASMR that I am planning to make. Oops, hee. Alright, And now I'm going to get into these questions for your 10K Q&A. Do you listen to ASMR yourself? Of course. If so, what's your favorite trigger? Like I said, it's either lo-fi ASMR in general or specifically tapping. I love tapping. I love people with long nails tapping on stuff, but like recorded on an iPhone. What's your least favorite trigger to hear? I'm not a fan of mouth sounds, to be honest. Like very wet mouth sounds, kind of like the one I made myself a while ago. Like I have no issue like making it, but listening to it, it's really not my thing. It gets me the wrong way, kind of like it makes me itch instead of tingle, if that makes any sense. I don't really love like mouth sounds. And also, like I said, highly produced stuff, it's too much. It's too much. Next up we got what's your favorite to do? I love brushing, which is also like one of my favorite triggers at the same time. I love brushing on the mic. I think that is such a pleasing noise, plus it gives me ASMR while I am recording it, because I am listening to myself as I record my stuff. And it gives me so many tingles and it's so relaxing. I really love it. I love doing brushing stuff on the mic. Plus it's very easy to do and I get to play with fluffy brushes. So this is a haircut, even though I don't actually want a haircut, honestly. I love my long hair. I do love haircut as well. I love role plays in general, like very boring and very mundane stuff. I really love that. Either that or like the other extreme, very horror focused ASMR stuff. I have no middle ground. But in general, role playing stuff is fun. And the last question of this slide is, what's your least favorite to do? I don't think I have a least favorite. Yes, I do. It's latex gloves. Oh my god, I love the sound. I love the sound of latex gloves like any other ASMR listener. But I fucking detest wearing latex gloves. I have a lot of them, luckily, because my parents are doctors, so I just have a bunch of medical equipment lying around the house. And that means I have a lot of latex gloves lying around the house. But they are so uncomfortable, they suck. My hands just start sweating inside the gloves, and sometimes when you like do a weird movement, it farts. The gloves fart, and I have to edit that out. And it's so annoying, and my hands sweat, and it's usually either the gloves are way too big or way too small, and my fingers just feel weird, and then when you take them off, it's like my hands are powdery but also sweaty at the same time. It's absolutely disgusting, but I love the noises that they make. So like, sacrifices, I guess. I love visual ASMR. I love watching it, consuming it. I love visual ASMR. You can have like no noise in the background, but I will absolutely get tingles by visual ASMR. I just don't have, I haven't thought of what I can do. Where's the VGM? Oh, there we go. I haven't figured out a way to implement it while using my VTuber model. I mean, I do have hands, but the thing with this model is that the hands are really bad. The hands in this model are terrible, so I don't really like showing them. But I've been thinking how to like merge the visual ASMR aspect and the VTuber ASMR aspect. How can I merge them and make it work? But I do love visual ASMR. Visual ASMR is amazing. Nurse tries to draw blood but fails to put on gloves for 43 minutes ASMR. That is actually... I will write that down. I like that idea. I've written down a lot of very dumb ideas. Like that one that sound dumb in theory but actually could work. That is a great idea. I'll actually write it down. Thank you very much. I'm stealing that. Thank you. Next Hand cam. Yeah, I could do a hand cam, but I don't want to deal with the setup. I am lazy like that. Hehe. Plus, I like keeping it VTuber focused. I wouldn't really like to break the immersion, to be honest. And setting up the camera sounds tough, and I'm lazy. Now we got the most asked question. Congratulations everyone that is featured in this slide. You have asked the most asked question. Let's go through every single one of these. Oh my god, what? Jalen Herweenie. Wow. Great username. What made you do ASMR? Does that say Jonas or Jonas? Whatever. Jonas, whatever. Congrats, thank you. What tipped you to the idea to start this channel? Was it on a whim or it had an inspiration? Then we got Beam Ariel. You guys, please. I cannot read some of these usernames. My brain just short circuits. What inspired you to make an ASMR channel? I've always been curious about this. Spooky says, congrats on the milestone. Thank you very much. What drove you into making ASMR? Greens from Argentina. Greens from Argentina as well. Lank3 Renerd 986 asks, what inspired you to do ASMR? Michael asks, how did you start with ASMR? Did it come out of nowhere? Angel asks, you deserve it for all the hard work you do. Thank you very much. Also, I got you into making ASMR, and was there any nervousness or trouble starting to get into content creation? Much thanks for the comfy ASMR. And so asks, what's your backstory? Where did this ASMR channel idea emerge from? Anonymous asks, what made you want to become an ASMR VTuber? Nemo asks, why'd you choose ASMR as your content? Anonymous asks, why'd you decide to start ASMR? P.S. Thank you for starting ASMR, because seriously love your content. Thank you very much. And Rice asks, what made you want to do ASMR? Woof. There we go. What about viewer gets hit by a car and you have to hide the body? Another amazing idea. I love that. I love creepy, funny ASMR as well. I love that. I'll be adding that. Okay, let's answer all of these because there's actually a little story that I have to tell you. So, I've always wanted to get into content creation. I've always wanted to be a VTuber, and to be honest, I did try before this attempt. I think this might be a common question, guys. Yeah. I wanted to add like a little trophy PNG in the bottom for like most asked question, but I forgot. So, I've always wanted to do content creation, whether it was ASMR or not. I wanted to do content creation in general. Probably gaming, streaming, something like that. I tried it before on a different account that does not exist anymore, so don't go looking, but I did try. The thing was that my biggest insecurity about the content that I was making, and I like tried for a long time. I tried for like around 3 years before 2025, or even longer. I think it was during the pandemic that I wanted to really start, like everyone else. Anyway, I've always wanted to kind of like try, but my biggest insecurity was not having a good mic. The most that I had was my headset microphone, which really sucked. But I really wanted to make stuff. So one day, on like a huge whim, like on a huge ADHD, nervousness, compulsive buying moment, I bought a Blue Yeti microphone. Not necessarily with the intention of making ASMR, but with the intention of being a streamer, for trying it again. At this point, when I bought the microphone, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't streaming, I wasn't doing anything, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy a good microphone, I'm going to try it again for like the 100th time or something. So I bought the mic. And it was crazy expensive for someone that does not have a job, like a stable income. But I bought it with what money I had. I depleted my savings just to get the mic. And right then and there, like half an hour later, I had a panic attack, thinking, oh my fucking god, what am I doing? I just wasted so much money. I'm not going to make it as a content creator. I'm not going to make it. Like, I'm going to fail. Like every other single time that I've tried to do content, every other attempt that I've tried to be a VTuber, I'm going to fail again, and I just wasted a lot of money on this thing that it's not going to work. And I started to feel really bad. And I actually tried to refund the microphone. I tried refunding the thing, but I couldn't because I had paid for same day shipping and the thing was literally on its way. It was on the truck. So I couldn't refund it because the thing was already on my way. If I wanted to refund it, I had to wait for it to arrive to me. I thought to myself, oh fuck. I guess I'm stuck with the microphone because I don't want to go through the refunding process. Like subconsciously, I wanted to keep the mic. Subconsciously, I didn't want to refund it. I didn't want to return it. So the thing gets to my place like a couple of hours after having this panic attack, and I was like, I felt so guilty. I was looking at the mic feeling so terribly guilty, like, oh my god, I just spent so much money on this fucking thing. I'm not a streamer, what the fuck am I doing? What am I going to do with this shit? I'm going to just fail. I'm going to fail like every other time that I've tried. I'm going to fail and I'm going to suck. But I had a Blue Yeti, so I was like, well, a lot of people do ASMR with Blue Yetis. And I like ASMR. I listen to ASMR all day. I might as well just try it, you know? I might give it a try. I have the mic. I don't feel like returning it. I don't know. I don't even know how you do that. I've never had to refund an online thing before. So I was like, well, fuck it. Let's try doing some ASMR. And I opened up Vroid, which is the 3D VTuber making program, and I made my first model. I made it in like an afternoon or something like that. I just like grabbed some reference, kind of like, it was all on the fly. I hadn't planned anything for the model. I just like, yeah, sure, let's go blonde. Yeah, sure, let's add a crown or something like that, whatever. I wasn't really thinking. I made the thing. And I sat down, and the first video that there's on my channel, the mouth sounds ASMR, was actually my first time ever recording myself with that mic. I had played around with it a little bit to like test it out a little bit and learn the ropes of it, but that first video was the first time that I'd ever opened OBS and actually tried to record something. And I recorded it and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I edited like the stuff that wasn't supposed to go in the video in Blender. Which, you know, Blender is not a video editing software, but somehow I got it to work. So I edited the beginning and the end so that, you know, you don't get the awkward stuff. I cut some stuff out. And I just uploaded it to YouTube and said, well, whatever, it's out there now. I created a new YouTube account, picked like the first name that came to my mind. I was reading Carmilla, the famous vampire lesbianism book. I was reading that and I was just whatever, Carmilla. I created that username, that YouTube channel, uploaded the video and didn't think much of it. And then the video did really good. In like a couple of days, it got like 10, 20k views. And I was like, holy shit. Never ever in any of my YouTube and streaming attempts had I ever gotten that much attention. I was like, holy shit. It actually worked. What the fuck? On an accident, on a pure accident. Like I wasn't planning to like start or be serious with it. And like the time that I tried the least to be like a proper content creation, I did my best. And the video did really well, and I was like, well, I might as well upload the next Friday as well. Or Saturday, I think it was a Saturday. I might make this a thing. And ever since then, I've been uploading stuff. And that's why we got that model change very early on, after like 2 videos, because that first model wasn't really supposed to be my VTuber model. I made that because I needed something to like track my face, because I knew that I didn't want to be a face cam content creator because I hate cameras. And yeah, I kind of stumbled into where we are right now. And this has been my bestest of attempts ever at trying to do content. I never gotten over like 1,000 followers anywhere ever. And now we are 13k. 13? Are we at 13 already? I don't know. I haven't checked. Something like that. I'm like, wow. By pure luck. Honestly, I've been lucky. And I am very happy that I've been very lucky. And so if I hadn't bought that microphone on a complete impulse, then I wouldn't be here right now. So maybe having ADHD and being an impulsive buyer isn't really that bad. You can kind of maybe you accidentally stumbled into a YouTubing side gig. Yeah, that's the story of how I stumbled into ASMR. I wasn't planning on doing ASMR. I never really crossed my mind to do ASMR. I was like, well, Blue Yeti equals ASMR, let's give it a try. And now I'm here. 100 to go. We're at 12.9. Oh, we're almost there then. Yeah, totally. We're almost there. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. That's a lot of people. That's crazy. Edited in Blender is insane. It is. It is absolutely nuts. And my first couple of videos were all edited in Blender. To be honest, it was just cropping stuff. So, and I didn't feel like installing a proper program. So I was like, oh, fuck it. Let's just do Blender. But then I switched to CapCut. And then I got tired of CapCut. And I switched to what I'm using right now, which is, what was it? DaVinci Resolve. But you're amazing at it, Sharky. Thank you, thank you. I'm so happy that you like it. I'm so happy that you like my content. And I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so happy that you are here. I'm so happy that everything happened. I'm so happy that it was just an accident. So yeah, that's why I do ASMR. By complete accident. All right, next question we got. Lucas asks, congrats, thank you. What's an upload that surprised you with its reception in terms of positive views or comments? What about an upload that you're proud of that underperformed for some reason or another? Okay, my barbershop video. My most popular video at the moment at 122,000 views. Oh my god, that's a lot of people. That's so much people. That video, I remember I wasn't going to upload video that week because I was in a terrible mood. I can't honestly remember why, but I remember I was in a terrible mood. I didn't want to I think I was studying for exams or something like that, and I was in a terrible mood. I didn't want to do anything. I felt really demotivated to do ASMR. I was like, you know, those moments in which you're like, what am I doing? I'm just wasting my time. This is really dumb. You know, kind of those emotional lows that you get when you're a content creator. But I kind of forced myself to push through that and to record something anyway. And you can probably tell that I am a little pissed in that video, or I'm not in my best mood because I'm not really chatting. I'm not really talking. I'm just mostly quiet for most of the runtime. I'm just quietly making soft noises into the microphone because I didn't want to record that day. I didn't. I wasn't in the mood, but I was like, well, fuck it, my people are waiting for me. My little lambs want to get tingled by my hands. So let's just, I don't know, barbershop, whatever. Literally, I was just I didn't know what to record. I was just well, whatever, let's do barbershop, the most basicest ASMR. And I went for it. And I thought, well, this ain't going to do that good. And I uploaded it, and it did really good. Apparently, most of my luck comes from when I'm not feeling it. I do my best when I'm not in the mood, apparently. And that video did surprisingly well, and it's my most viewed video at the moment, and I'm so happy for it. I'm so happy that I was able to get something out, even though I was not in the mood. I'm proud that I pushed myself through my terrible emotions. It's not like I was sad or anything. I was just I don't feel like doing this shit, whatever, but I'll do it anyway. You know, it was low in motivation. And I did so well, and I'm so happy for that. I guess people like Pest Cordelia. I guess so. I guess people like me when I'm kind of pissed. Can't believe it cost just a quarter. You can't believe it just cost a quarter. You know, I actually did not get the reference for the longest time. It took me a really long time to realize what you people were referencing it on the comments. Is Blue Yeti still in use, or did it get taken out back and shot? No, I'm still using it. I'm using it right now. 122 is insane for a beginning. Yeah, totally, absolutely. I think I'm incredibly lucky to be where I am right now. Yeah, it's just a lot of luck. What can I say? I don't know. I'm an normie. I found Cordelia from the barbershop video. Wow. Well, welcome, my dearest normie friend. That video was not supposed to be good. I literally thought of that video as filler. It's not that I consider any of my videos to be filler, but I was like, well, let's just get something out. It's not like a video that I'm proud of, but let's just upload something. And it did surprisingly well. I think it makes sense. The barbershop worked so well. It's a popular theme. Yeah, totally. It's ASMR bread and butter. And it's very relaxing. I like that video. And it's hard for me to enjoy one of my own videos because I cringe so bad at listening at my own voice. But I think that's a great video in terms of ASMR neatness. And a video that did not do really well was the grave robber video. It's not that I had big expectations for it. It's more so that I was very proud of the idea and of the script. I loved the script for that video. I sat down and I wrote the whole thing. It's actually like 100% scripted. No improv, no anything. I sat down and I wrote the whole thing. But in terms of execution, I think I didn't do that well of a job. I recorded the dirt sounds separate from the audio, and I think that ruins a lot of the immersion because it definitely just sounds like I just put some dirt sounds over me reading from a script. And in general, I think that video was not really relaxing, not because it's horror. I love horror ASMR. And that's something that I want to, it's a niche that I want to dedicate a lot of effort into. But I think the video wasn't executed the best way. And I'd even thought about remaking it in the future if I ever get the inspiration to like give the concept a second try. Because I was very proud of that script. The execution didn't really work for me and it shows. It's not a video that did particularly well. It's not my least viewed video ever. But I can tell that it wasn't my best work. And the views I think reflect that. But in terms of script and concept, it's one that I wanted it to work because it's like a horror. And if I do a horror ASMR, basically it means like I'm in the mood. It's like, yeah, let's fucking do this, you know? I'm usually very proud of my ASMR horror videos. This one just wasn't that well executed. 10K in 6 months is a giant milestone. You're doing flawlessly. Keep smiling. Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice. I watched the grave robber video. Only problem with it was too short. 12 minutes isn't enough for me to fall asleep. That's another issue with it. Yeah, it's way too small and it's because it's highly scripted. Usually when I don't make highly scripted videos, for example, the barbershop wasn't scripted at all. I was just going with my guts. They usually end up being a lot longer because I focus a lot more on the triggers. And usually there are long spans of silence in which I am just thinking about what to say next. And I'm taking it a lot slower. When it's scripted, they usually end up being a lot shorter because I am just reading from the script and they usually end up being very fast. Like I said, the execution wasn't the best. I wish I'd someday give it a second shot, perhaps. But yeah, that's basically it. Next question. Another empty slide for some reason. Nova Uzumaki asks, how's the process to write the roleplay ASMRs? Interesting. I don't script most of my videos. Most of my videos are semi-scripted. That means I usually have like some notes by my side that like give me some pointers or about what I want to say or what topics I'd like to get into, especially for like highly conceptual stuff. For example, I can't think of an example right now. Oh, the counting video. That video where I'm counting, where I'm teleporting you, molecularly decomposing you, and counting up to a very big number. I did have some notes by my side about what topics I wanted to touch on and what like the theme and the universe of the ASMR was, just so that I didn't have to make up stuff on the point, but it wasn't scripted. I just had notes. And then for my highly scripted videos, like the Grape Robber one, it's basically just writing. I get a rough draft out, just saying stuff, kind of without much like thought or reason put into it. I just like blurt out all the words or the topics that I kind of like want to get into, and then I kind of like shape them into the flow of a conversation. I'm not that big of a writer. I definitely have to practice that a lot, but that's kind of like what I do. And then for non-scripted videos like the barbershop, I go silent for a large chunk of the video because I'm thinking about what I want to say next, and at the same time I'm like doing trigger stuff. But it's not really that complicated. For most videos, I just have a couple of notes about the stuff that I want to get into, or like the universe or the character that I'm playing, but it's not really that complex. I like horror, but I'm a big baby coward at night, and I would rather not watch scary stuff at night. That's totally cool. I will plan on making a lot more horror ASMR, but I'm also like, I won't do like purely ASMR horror. It's just like my big niche, you know? I kind of like balance. I aim to strike a balance between horror ASMR and like cute normal ASMR. The Grape Robber one was a very unique one, to be honest. I'll take that as a compliment. You're the only one I've seen doing a story video like that. Thank you. Thank you. That was a big like gamble for me. I was like, I'll write the thing, and I tried. I definitely tried, and I wanted it to do well, but I think if I'd executed it a little better, it would have worked. I gotta jump out. Have a great rest of the stream, everyone. Thank you, dude. Bye-bye. Have a nice... I don't know where you're going. You didn't say you were going to sleep. I don't know. I was going to say have a nice sleep. But goodbye. Have a nice one. Okay. Oh, my neck is itching. Scratch, 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 scratch. All right. I agree. There's something about the teleportation video. I really liked that video. I think it was my first or second attempt at like, not necessarily horror, but horror adjacent videos, maybe. And I loved that. I loved that one. It gave me a feeling I'm class D from SCP. I'm not really into SCPs. I don't know many of them, but it sounds cool. Next question. Flexi Terminator asks, how many bloopers happen during each recording? A lot. I have a folder full of my funniest bloopers that I have set up to like make shorts out of them, but I'm just very lazy. But hee. Did it feel weird / embarrassing to start doing ASMR? I don't think ASMR is weird, but it's certainly something that a lot of people find weird in my experience. Yes. When I started doing kinda good, and when I started getting like investing a lot more time into it, I eventually like, especially when I got monetized, by the way, thank you for that. I told my mother about what I was doing. At this point, the only ones that knew I was doing this was my closest friend. But since I was getting monetized and that was a big thing and I wanted to celebrate it with my people, I told my mom. And I had to explain to her what ASMR was. And it was very embarrassing. And she laughed at me. She did. She laughed at me. She asked me if I was doing sexual stuff, and I said, no, mother, I am not. Please do not think of me like that. I am not doing sexual stuff, mother. And it was very embarrassing to tell her, because I also think ASMR is weird. Well, it's not weird. ASMR rocks. That's why I do ASMR. But I do realize that it's a little hard to explain, and that a lot of people can get kind of like the wrong idea about what stuff I'm doing. A lot of people find it weird or like cringy, both physically and mentally. So it was tough explaining it to her, but of course she's very supportive. I love my mom, but she did bully me. but that's okay because she's my mom. She's allowed to do that. And it didn't feel weird to start doing it because nobody knew. It was just me and my microphone, so I was okay with it. I did get like scared whenever my brother walked by my window and I was in the middle of a session and I had to just like act normal, act like you weren't just whispering stuff into the microphone. And it was tough explaining it to like my inner circle, but everyone was very supportive of me, and they bullied me, but that's okay. They bullied me just the reasonable amount that a family member / friends are allowed to bully you. But it was embarrassing. I totally get the feeling. I totally get where you're going with. It's weird. I totally get it. It is a little weird, and people are going to find it weird at first. But once you explain it a little bit better, most people are chill with it. Plus, I think ASMR is a lot more normalized with like TikTok. I don't know why they said it like that. But like with tapping stuff, a lot of people are a lot more exposed to the idea of ASMR, although they don't consume ASMR like content. They just watch pretty ladies tap on stuff on TikTok. But a lot more people are familiarized with what ASMR is as a concept than you'd think. I've gotten funny looks when I told people I watch ASMR. I get it. Yeah, totally. It's a little bit weird, but like, whatever. Be cringe and be free. That's all. Alright, lots of questions. Jordan Jacobs asks, I have seen horror ASMR on all your posts, although the ASMR itself seems completely normal. What's the reasoning for that and what does it entail? The only correct garlic asks, why did you decide to start this channel and what are your future plans for it? Anonymous asks, where'd you get your inspiration for videos from? Cheetah Dudes asks, why are you so adorable? Sacrifices, blood sacrifices. Okay, actual question, what are your future plans for the channel? Any specific videos you plan on making, etc.? Congrats on 10K, thank you so much. Like I've been saying, my family doesn't understand, so when I'm waking up I scramble, lol. I don't know if you like sat down with your parents to like explain what ASMR is, but it is embarrassing a little bit. I've definitely felt like I was watching something that I shouldn't be watching when people walked into me listening to ASMR, because it can be hard to explain. Alright, the future plans for this channel is mostly to lean towards more horror ASMR videos. I know it's a niche that not a lot of people are into, and a lot of people find it to be weird. But I like that. I like horror ASMR. I don't plan on like straying completely away from more traditional ASMR, but I do want to make a lot more of it because it's genuinely where my passion is, where I like get hyped and I get really crazy good ideas that at least I think are good ideas. And it's what I enjoy consuming the most. I love horror ASMR. I love the mix of both the like comfy vibe and the creepy vibe. I don't know, it's something that I really enjoy. So I really want to make more of those in the videos. And I would like to start live streaming more regularly, but we'll just wait and see for that one. I am not sure. It really depends on my Wi-Fi and my availability. Right now I'm on vacation. We love weird, unique ASMR. Thank you, that's very reassuring. It makes me really happy when I see that my horror-themed ASMR are well received. It makes me genuinely super happy because I know it's like it's a niche inside a niche, but I think it'll work. I'd really love to focus on that. I don't plan to make like incredibly like weird and disturbing stuff, of course not. But horror-themed stuff is where I think I get my best ideas. And yeah, I would like to live stream maybe like some satsu dance like we're doing right now, some like just talking, just chatting kind of stuff. I am a gamer, but I don't have the best computer, so I'm not really, if I start streaming regularly, I won't make like gaming stuff because my computer probably won't take it. So if I do start streaming, it will probably be satsus like we're doing right now, or ASMR stuff, which you're probably hyped for. But I'm not sure. We'll see about that. Yeah. And where do you get your inspirations for videos from? These are two of my favorite horror ASMR artists. Sarah Miri ASMR, her stuff is amazing. She's basically the queen of horror ASMR. Basically all of the stuff she's been doing as of late has been horror ASMR. So if you maybe want to get a feel about what kind of content I am aiming towards, you can check out her stuff. She does a lot of very fun and creative role plays, and I love her stuff, genuinely. And then we have Jimchi, or Jim, ASMR, and I would call him the king of horror ASMR. Not all of his stuff is horror themed, but he makes these highly produced ASMR videos. I think they are the only like highly produced ASMR videos that I really enjoy. He has these incredible sets. He makes incredible cosplays, and he does a lot of horror themed stuff as well. And I get highly inspired by these two people, and they are some of the ASMR artists that I consume most, at least in the horror niche. So those are two big inspirations. I don't think like direct inspirations, but the type of content that I would love to strive towards. Funnily enough, I discovered Sarah Miri with a non-horror video, sticked around since. Her stuff is just great. I love her stuff. I haven't really gone around to watching her non-horror videos, but her stuff is just great. Yeah. Two great horror ASMR people. So if you want to get more into horror ASMR and get an idea of what I want to do, go check out these two lovely people that I really admire. They are amazing. And next up, Rango Tico asks, ¿Harás un ASMR? I had to switch gears to Spanish and it cracked. ¿Harás algún ASMR en español? ¿Colaborarás con alguien? Love you. Love you as well. We got anonymous question. Anonymous asks, have you ever considered making a video in your native language? Another anonymous question asks, do you plan on making a video in Spanish? I'm not planning on like a full ASMR video in Spanish because most of my audience speaks English and I wouldn't really want to alienate so much of my audience. If I ever do an ASMR in Spanish, it would probably be a mix. Probably be kind of like a role play kind of thing, or maybe like a teaching you Spanish type of deal. But maybe not necessarily a 100% Spanish ASMR. I know a lot of people want me to do a Spanish ASMR. Ever since I mentioned that I speak Spanish, a lot of people have been asking me, will you make an ASMR video in Spanish? Maybe not 100% Spanish, but maybe a mix. And I have this idea written down that is gaucho ASMR. A gaucho basically is the Argentinian equivalent of a cowboy. I don't know what this idea would look like. I just wrote it down. I honestly have no idea how this idea could grow into a full video, but it's just there. It's definitely in the back of my mind doing an ASMR in Spanish someday. But we'll just wait and see. Perhaps not a full ASMR video, but perhaps a mix. To settle, to make people happy and to not alienate the rest of my audience. I have some ideas for implementing Spanish in a roleplay. I'd love to hear them. Teaching Spanish is actually an awesome idea. It is. I have a very quirky Spanish though. That's the thing. I'm from Argentina, and in case you don't know, Argentinians have a very difficult Spanish. Perhaps not difficult, but it's very particular. It would be like learning English from a Scottish person. Kinda, it's like, yeah, sure you can learn, but you would be learning a very weird English and a very weird Spanish, but I think that would just make it funnier. The correct garlic again asks, congratulations on 10k subscribers, Cordelia, thank you so much. You could alternate between them every once in a while. I feel like your voice is equally calming in Spanish. Thank you. I definitely sound different. For some reason, my voice goes higher pitched when I'm speaking English. I think my voice like gets lower when I speak Spanish for some weird reason. I definitely feel like I sound different. But I'm glad to hear that you love both. Argentinians have a very flavorful Spanish. We do. We have like Spanish with an Italian accent. We sound like weird people. We sound kind of crazy. Italian good at Spanish. Exactly that. Exactly like Uruguay. Uruguay, what the fuck? Uruguay. You have a very similar accent. Could be a roleplay where there's a third party, like mafia themed one, where you say some scary things in Spanish, like that you plan to do with us after you captured us and try to reassure us. That is actually fantastic. I really like that idea. I'm getting a ton of great ideas. I don't have to think about ASMR ideas anymore. I'll just ask you guys. You come up with stuff for me. That is actually really good. I like the concept of like... I love it when there's movies where you don't fully understand the languages that they're speaking, but knowing both languages adds like a level of complexity. I really like that. I'll keep that in mind. Totally, Miliban, thank you so much. I'll 100% keep that in mind. Let's keep reading the question from the one correct garlic in the world. Do you plan on continuing short-form content or releasing bloopers in some other way, Twitter, etc.? Like I said, I have a folder full of those. I'm very lazy to edit them, and it's like 15 seconds at most. That will just paint the picture of how lazy I can get. I am a very lazy person, especially for editing. Editing, I think it's my least favorite part of making content. I don't know. I cringe a lot when I listen to myself, so it's not my favorite part of the process, and basically making shorts is just like, I know it's just like cropping stuff up, and I don't know, but I'm very lazy. I'm just very lazy, but I will try. I will try because you seem to like it. A lot of people have been asking for the bloopers to come back, and I have a folder full of them. So I will sort through them and start uploading them. Microdosing you on silly bloopers. I will try at least. Is a part 3 planned for the Devoted Worshipper ASMR? And do you plan to do more multi-part ASMR series in the future? Okay, so the thing with the Devoted Worshipper, it was a 3-part ASMR video. It was written that way by the author. I did not write that one, by the way. I got the script from Reddit. I don't really do scripted ASMRs from Reddit. I've been focusing on doing more like my own stuff and not relying on Reddit. But I do love, there's some great stuff in Reddit. I should totally like check it out and see if there's some stuff that I could get and make. And it was written to be a 3-parter. It just didn't do very well. And once the first and the second didn't perform that well, I kind of got demotivated to follow that series. It's very close to my heart because it was, again, horror themed. Any ASMR horror that I have on my channel is very close to my heart. I love it. But it didn't perform particularly well, and it's also very close to my heart because it's the first time that I used this model. But it didn't perform that well. People didn't really seem to like it in general, and although I was passionate about the idea, I got kind of down in the dumps because it didn't do really well. I could try to like revive it and do the 3rd part, or just so that you're not left on a cliffhanger, perhaps someday where I'm not feeling like writing my own stuff, or where I'm just like feel like reading from a script, which is totally valid. Perhaps I will do it. It is not a guarantee, but perhaps, if I'm feeling up to it. But that is not guaranteed. And do you plan to do more multi-part ASMR series in the future? Again, perhaps. I don't really think that, like, first of all, series in general don't do that well, I think. Because people are dependent on having watched the first video to get the gist of the second one most of the time, so the second part doesn't really do as well as the first part. Of course, I'm not just focusing on views every time that I upload a video. But I am a YouTuber, and I do like to get the views. And also, when I envision an ASMR video, I usually envision it to be a one-parter. But perhaps one day I could try. Perhaps if I get like a really cool idea that it could be developed through multiple videos, I could. Again, it's a big old maybe. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I wanted to know if I consumed the world. That's what I thought it would probably be. I got a lot of ideas for Spanish ASMR videos. I'm very grateful. I'll go through them once the stream is over, because to be honest, I can't keep up with the chat while I answer my questions. But I will definitely go through them and steal your ideas with that little sound effect. You're doing very well despite how nervous you were. Wow, thank you. I think, like I said, I think I am doing much better right now. I also did practice a lot. I think the intro is the part that I practiced the least. But I did answer every single one of these questions in my head before I got to streaming. So I guess once I have like the questions, I've been able to like go with flow a lot more. Hi there, have you planned on making an ASMR reading creepypasta or shitpost stories? You know, actually I was thinking about that just today. Maybe not an ASMR one, because I think most creepypastas are dumb. And this comes from a creepypasta lover. Like I said, I'm going back through my emo indie phase. And I've been getting back into creepypastas a lot, like very old creepypasta stuff. And I recently read Jeff the Killer. And it's so dumb. So I don't think I could like take myself seriously while reading a creepypasta in like an ASMR video. But we could definitely do a stream. I was thinking about maybe doing a stream where we read through a bunch of creepypastas and we put them on a tier list, because YouTube loves tier lists. And I think that would be very fun. Maybe not an ASMR video, unless it's like a cool creepypasta, like a really good one. Or maybe like an SCP. SCPs are cool as well for like ASMR readings. But yeah, totally. It's a great idea. I love that. I think you can still think of videos as just one part, and in the future, if something clicks that relates to a previous video, you could implement it as a related video, but also being its own thing. That is probably the best approach. Probably it's best to do something like that instead of doing like part 1, part 2. Maybe like develop ideas into something further. For example, what happens after the grave robbing video? Maybe I go on a date with you, but you're a corpse. Or something like that. But that's probably like the best idea. The best course of action. The first creepypastas like Slenderman and Jeff the Killer did end up having very dumb stories. They are so dumb and they are so poorly written. And I absolutely love them. I absolutely love them. They are my guilty pleasure. I love creepypastas. But maybe reading one like the very well written ones. I think Candle Cove is one that is very well written. I think I haven't read it in a while. But that one takes itself like seriously. And it's written by a person that knows how to use the English language for literature. But I do love Jeff the Killer. One day maybe we'll do a tier list of creepypasta stories. Plus they are very short and I think I can get through a bunch of them fairly quickly. Do you make the video all by yourself? Asks Element Evil Team. I do. I would love to have an editor someday though, or like writers would be really cool too. I do like coming up with the ideas, but having to write them down is the hardest part for me. And editing is the part that I like the least. So I would love to one day have like an editor for my videos, and so I don't have to bother with that part. But for now, I make everything myself with my own tiny little two hands. Next up, Slido. David Dragon asks, will you ever do a different type of content other than ASMR? Under the cover of night, very cool name. Will you ever make any other types of content? And Anonymous says, congrats on 10k, thank you so much. Will you ever do something other than ASMR? And do you plan to stream someday? I am streaming right now! But yeah, if I ever do anything other than ASMR, it will probably be just chat and stuff. like I said, tier lists kind of deal, like other activities that is just me and the camera. I'm not really planning on doing gaming. Like I said, computer kinda, it's not trash, but she's struggling right now. She's struggling a little bit. I don't think she could run a game and run everything else in parallel, but it wouldn't be my main focus either. But also streaming ASMR as well, obviously. But if I ever do any other type of content that isn't ASMR, it will probably be just chatting stuff, because I love talking to myself, like, as you could probably tell. I love talking to myself, I do it all the time, and I don't have it to like talk to myself anymore, because I have you here, so if I ever have the need to express myself and talk to myself for like 3 hours straight, I have you guys. You have to go, oh don't worry, that's totally fine. I hope you had a great time. Bye bye. Your horror ASMR would fit so well narrating creepypastas like No Mires a Mandu, No Don't Look at Mandu, where the viewer is actually the victim. That is a great idea. I would love to read that. I have not read that, but creepypasta specific roleplays could be a good idea. Yeah. I love your ideas. I don't have to think about ideas anymore. I just have you. You're my factory of ideas now. I'll have a sip of my water. I was spraying him with dirty old water. God, I love smiling friends. Erithacus 8856 asks, congrats Cordelia, thank you Erith. First one, were there any scrapped video ideas or prompts you haven't used? Yeah, actually yes. There's a drawing that I made on Twitter, that if you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. But there's a drawing that I posted on Twitter a while back in which I have like a set of headphones and I'm like smiling and I have like a little cute nerdy vest and whatever. That was supposed to be a singing ASMR video that didn't really work out because I got really unconscious with my singing. I think I'm pretty good at singing, but I didn't realize that to make singing ASMR you don't actually have to sing, because singing is very loud and not relaxing at all. So I drew that whole thing and I got to record the video and then I realized, oh wait, this actually doesn't work. And I had to scrap it. But the drawing is still there and I wish to one day be able to reuse that drawing because it's a drawing that I think I'm pretty proud of. It was a nice drawing and maybe one day I'll get like a music themed ASMR and I will be able to reuse that drawing. But hopefully I will be able to use it someday, maybe. But I don't have much scrapped ideas, more so like ideas that I haven't gotten around yet. Some of those ideas are the ones that you see right there in my little Trello board. It's a long list of very dumb stuff. What it means, I'm not sure yet. Most of my video ideas just start as a title, and then I kind of develop them into something that makes sense. Twitter followed, man, very good. Eating You Alive, yeah, I think Eating You Alive could be like a good video for like mouth sounds and stuff. Or like eating, but I'm not sure. Who knows? Who knows what I was like smoking when I wrote that? There are weirder ideas down the Trello board. But I'm showing you a few. Building a friend with office supplies, I think is an idea that I've been thinking about for like a long time, in which I'm just like making noises with like stationary stuff, and I'm just like building you, like a Frankenstein made out of office supplies. I don't know why I have that idea, but I think that it could work. But yeah, most of my videos start like this. And it's not like I have like scrapped ideas, more so that ideas that I'm not sure how to get to yet. I like the art style of your drawing so much. Thank you so much, that's very nice. Vampires more soon, I guess. Yeah, actually I haven't thought about that. It's like the basicest ASMR horror idea, but I don't know why I haven't thought about that. Eating You Alive is not supposed to be a vampire video, it's more like a cannibal. I'm literally eating you alive type of video. Not like in like a boar way, but like in a cannibal way, which I guess, never mind. It's a bad train of thought. Moving on. So it's more like you don't have script ideas, you just dedicate time to one instead of doing them all at the same time. Exactly. I get very random ideas in the middle of the night, I just write them down, and maybe if I think long and hard about them, a video will come out of them. Oh hi, didn't think you'd do a stream. I am making a stream. I'm very happy that you're here, welcome. We're about 3/4 of the way there. We're on slide number 36 and we have 51 slides in total. Let's keep going. And out of curiosity, will we get a Christmas or New Year's video? You did! You get two of those. Reading Santa Claus versus the Zombies is a funny video. That I made that because I made that in advance, which is the first time that I'd ever done that. You're welcome. I recorded that video in advance because I knew that the next week I wouldn't be available because I went to my hometown to visit my family and I was away from the computer. So I went like, well, I need something nice and easy and that wouldn't consume that much of my time so that I'll be able to prepare making it before Christmas. Well, actually, before I leave from my hometown. So I went like, fuck it, let's read like an old Christmas carol or something like that, like a Victorian horror story. You know, something like that. And then I stumbled into Santa Claus versus the Zombies and I was reading so hard while I was laughing so hard reading that. And I was like, we gotta do this. This is like, what do you mean Rudolph fucking stabs a bunch of zombies? That's cool as fuck. And even though it did not perform well, I am still so happy with that video because I just went with my gut. And I love that story. It's so dumb. And then the positive affirmations for the New Year video. That seemed very, like... I was thinking about ASMR for like the New Year's and I was thinking like, well, let's just do an ASMR getting drunk. But I don't think we have that level of intimacy yet. I don't want to be drunk in front of a microphone. Not just yet. So I went with positive affirmations for the New Year's because I know a lot of people get anxious about the New Year. I definitely do. It feels like you have to have like a bunch of resolutions for the year and you have to go and check back on your resolutions from last year, and it can be a little disappointing. And also like with a new year comes the realization that time is passing and that we're all dying, except me because I am an immortal being, but you know, and like the idea of like, well, next year I'll start college, or next year I'll start secondary school, or next year I have a new job or something like that. It can be stressful being so conscious about the passage of time. And I wanted to make a video that would reassure anyone that felt that way. Like, nobody is rushing you, you don't need to accomplish anything, you just have to get by, and getting by is the most anyone can ask of you. You don't have to have like these grand achievements throughout the year. You're doing just fine the way you're doing. If you're alive and you're doing well and you're taking care of yourself and you're not an asshole to the rest of the world, I think you're doing totally fine. And I wanted to make a video that kind of reflected that. Either way, thanks for all the work you put into your ASMR. Thank you, Earth, for watching. Off topic, but I still can't unsee the left video's thumbnail being a double birdie. Oh yeah, totally. They are supposed to be finger hearts, you know, like the little Korean ladies do. But it does definitely, like when I finished making it and I uploaded it into YouTube, I was like, am I flipping off the camera? What the fuck is that? No, it definitely does look like that. They are supposed to be little hearts. They don't look like hearts. And I think that just makes it funny. Building a friend with office supplies is my favorite one of those. It's a great idea. I don't know what that means, to be honest. But it sounds great. Once one starts to sleep early, everything starts to become better. Totally. Going to sleep early is like great for your health. I don't personally like it. I like staying up until like 3 a.m. Yay! It's her gang sign, totally. I'm throwing gang signs on my ASMR videos. If I had a hand tracking, gang. Let's see. Keytar Channel 216 asks, congrats, thank you very much. Are you planning to make drone thumbnails a regular thing, or will it be a rare special case? Asking because that art was stunning and I would love to see more. I am very happy that you enjoy my art. I enjoy making it a lot. The thing is, I'm a lot slower with 2D art than I am with well, of course, I have a 3D model. It doesn't really require that much setup, but sitting down to draw a thumbnail takes a lot more time. And I am a little self-conscious about my art, to be honest. But I'm really glad to hear that you enjoy it. I am trying to get better. It's actually my New Year's resolution is to get better at 2D art. And I definitely do plan to make more 2D drawn stuff because, to be honest, I think that always working with my 3D model can be a little limiting at times. For when I want to make like a very specific kind of roleplay type of thing, it can be a little limiting. And sometimes having a 2D drawn thumbnail can leave a lot more space for the imagination. And also, having not using the 3D model allows me to make a lot more cuts during the video, because when I'm using the 3D model that's tracking my face and everything, I don't really want it to have that many cuts throughout, because I just think it's a little jarring and off-putting and it breaks the immersion. But when I have like a 2D drawing on it, I can cut as many times as I want and you're not going to notice because it's just audio. So I do plan on making more 2D stuff. I actually, right here, this thing right here, I was trying this today. I'm planning to use this for a video. It's not finished yet, but I am planning on using this for a video. You just try to guess what this thumbnail could be relating for. What that drawing, what type of roleplay I can make with that model. Try to guess. I was drawing this today and I'm very proud of how it's looking. It's definitely a lot different from my normal art style, but I'm experimenting a lot. Like I said, I'm a little self-conscious about my art because I'm not that good at it, I think. But I'm learning, I'm forcing myself to learn, and I got a lot inspired by the Persona art style. Because I've been playing Persona, and it's currently my favorite game, and I've been playing it so much, but let's not open that can of worms because I love Persona, and I will yap about it for 3 hours straight. But yeah, and those over there with the gray background are 2 drawings I got discarded because I got very self-conscious about them. And I thought they looked terrible, and I still think they look bad. So I'm probably never going to use those. But yeah, long story short, I do plan on making a lot more stuff with 2D drawn thumbnails. Especially for horror ASMR or like very specific roleplay stuff that wouldn't really look that good with my 3D model. Let's say I wanted to make a video about like, I don't know, werewolf girl something's your ears or something like that. It would look a little dumb if I just added a pair of ears into my model, like I just copy pasted a pair of ears. I think in that way 3D models are not as versatile as 2D models, so maybe in an occasion like that a 2D drawing could be better. It could be more immersive, I think. But yeah, expect a lot more. Something like Paper Puppet ASMR. I've been watching a lot of her stuff. She's amazing. I was actually watching her today, I think. If you don't know her, you should totally check her videos to get an idea of 2D animation ASMR. I don't do animation, by the way. I do 2D art, like illustrations. Don't ask me to learn how to animate. She's incredibly talented. She does some amazingly good stuff. She's so creative. I love her stuff. I haven't really gotten around to checking all of her stuff out, but everything that I've watched has been so good. The little alien one is so adorable and I love that. Please do not ask me to animate. But she does some great stuff. I admire her a lot. I've been lurking for forever, but I also adore Persona. So Persona mentioned, New Cordelia is based. Persona is so good. I've been playing Persona 5. It's my first ever Persona game. Please don't spoil me. It's so good. I've been having so much fun with that goddamn game. God damn it, it's my addiction. My pal keeps insisting on me trying Persona. Did he send you? Yeah. Your buddy told me to tell you. Play Persona. Play Persona. Play Persona. Play Persona. It was on discount and my mom got it for me for Christmas, actually. That was my Christmas present. I really do like your art. Thank you. Thank you. That really means a lot. Do you have an idea of drawing how your own persona? Oh, I actually did not think about that. I've only played through, I've only gone through the first palace of the first Persona game, so I don't think I have much of an idea of, the lore of everything. So maybe once I'm more used to, the game and the other personas and everything, I would probably try to think of how my persona would look like. But I bet she'd look hot as fuck. She'd have a big pair of boobs. That's the only condition. My persona has to have a big pair of boobs. Like Carmen, but bigger. Paper Puppet is awesome. Absolutely. She's cracked. Oh my god, it's so peak. You'll love it. Persona is great. Persona is amazing. Let's not get into it. Appreciate my art. I'm very proud of this piece right here. I think it's looking great. Yeah. Let's not open the Persona can of worms. Not playing Persona franchise until the first two games are ported into Steam. Yes, that's a hot take, but I don't want to buy a 25-year-old console to play 2 games. Yeah, but as far as I'm aware, I'm not a Persona connoisseur, but as far as I'm aware, the first 2 are not actually related to the other 3. I think for the 1 and 2, I think are a connected story, and then 3, 4, and 5 are all one-shots per se. So I think you can play the others without playing the first 2. I know nothing about the Persona games, and now I'm even more confused. I just like big-boobed women. What do you want me to say? Almost made me do a spit take, darn you. Well, why can't you say I'm a simple woman? I like big boobs. And that's it. All right. Let's get through the rest of these, please. Oh my god, I'm sweating so bad. Nasim asks, in your barbershop ASMR, the bit about your grandfather, is that true or RP? All RP. That video is my favorite one. The rain was balanced, not hiss like loud. Those shaving sounds were well placed and nothing felt rushed or frantic. Will you make a sequel or maybe something similar? I like your new and old name. Thank you very much. I'm really glad that you liked that video. I will probably make, I don't know if a continuation of the same one, but I will be making more barbershop and cut and stuff just because it's a staple ASMR thing. It's all improvisation. I don't actually have the greatest relationship with my grandfather. Both of them are dead, actually. And I didn't have a great relationship with them. I didn't get to meet one of my grandfathers, and the other one lived very far away. So I never developed a close relationship with him. But we were still cool. We were still totally cool. Just not that. I was just thinking, what can I make up with this? What can I say? Like I said, I was really pissed when I was recording that video, so I was just like, I don't know, say something. You're boring them. And I just started yapping. Will you be doing more haircut-related videos like the barbershop bit? Only if you ask nicely. If you ask nicely, I may think about it. I don't know. You'll have to ask nicely. Alright, let's keep going. But first, let's have a sip of the water. Sorry, I choked. Oh god, I almost choked, actually. I'm good. Simon. Hey, Simon, that's you. I see you in the chat. Which programs do you use to edit your videos, and how do you run your avatar? I use DaVinci Resolve to edit, and I use Warido to run my avatar. If there's sound around you, how do you make the background noise go full silent so your voice can be the only thing that sounds? Saludos desde Argentina, XD. If there's a noise in the background, I usually just cut the videos. As you can probably tell, there's been a lot of cuts. Well, not a lot, but usually in my videos, you'll spot a couple of cuts here and there. Those are the moments where maybe the dogs were barking outside, or my brother came like to the kitchen and started making a bunch of noise, or something like that. I don't really have any way of like cropping just the annoying sound out of the video. If I do hear a loud sound in the background, I'll just do a retake of the whole thing. Like, not the whole video, but like, I'll go back on my words and say stuff again, you know? Just until I get a good take. So yeah, you can be assured if you see a cut in one of my videos, probably something happened. Like I said, I have dogs, and those dogs, they like to bark, and they like to go bark, 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 bark while I'm recording. So if you see cuts, it's probably the dogs or my brother. You're good? Yeah, I just choked. That sip of water did not go well. No, I almost choked. I'm fine though. I was like able to cough out before I choked, but I wanted to mute the mic because I knew that I'd be coughing just to like make sure I wouldn't die and that I wouldn't choke again. I forget the most important question, lol. Do you make your own avatar? We'll get to it. Be patient. I have a whole section for the avatar talk. And long story short, I did. She made the first one. I made them all, dearest. Thank you very much. Next question. Part 3. My model. Yeah, I said that correctly. I was reading and I kind of like short-circuited. I said that properly. My model. Let's talk about my model. The annoying sound. My brother. The most sister line ever. Yeah, well, the thing is with my brother, he's like not silent ever. He like, I'll just hear like his door. He lives pretty far. He lives like in my... The thing with my brother is that he lives in my house, like in our house with me and my mom, but he has like a separated house from the main house. It's kind of weird. So even from where I am sitting right now, his house is pretty far away, but I'll hear like shack, his door like opening and closing, and I'm like, oh damn, he's coming to the kitchen. And so I prepare it and I go silent because you're not going to hear the shack of his door closing. But then when he comes into the kitchen and he starts like fiddling around with the fridge, he just slammed his door. I've summoned him. That means probably my family's having dinner right now, and I'm here streaming like an idiot. He'll like slam his door and I'll go quiet because I know he'll come into the kitchen and he'll open the fridge and do stuff. And one time he started preparing popcorn at like 2 in the morning. Hello, excuse me, go to sleep? The fuck? Why are you making popcorn? I'm recording my ASMR silly videos, whatever. But yeah, he's my big brother, by the way. He's older than me. He's like 3 years older than me. So yeah, I'm a little sister type of girl. Could you tell? Could you tell that I'm the little sister? Something tells me that it's obvious. A lot of people tell me, you have a little sister vibes, and I'll say that's true. I am the little sister of an older brother. Yeah, the compro barato cars, trucks. What those are, it's cars that go around blasting noise and saying like ads for like stuff. That's what compra todo cars are. I haven't gone one like past around my house when I'm recording because I usually record in the middle of the night, like that night. I usually start recording at 12:30 or something like that because I know that there's a train that passes through the station very close to my house at like that time. So I have to pause everything and wait for the train to come. So I usually just wait for the train to pass by and then I start recording my videos. But since it's very late at night, you don't really get that much noise. But if I were to record like during the day, then totally. Yeah. But I don't. I once set off my college dorm's fire alarm at 1 a.m. because I was making popcorn. My dude. My man. My buddy. What the fuck? What the fuck, my man? No. My bro. No. How can you even do that? Anyway, let's talk about my model. I think this is the second to last section. Let's go for it. This section is not that long, I think. Let's go. Autobot Jazz asks, congratulations, thank you. And my big question is, how are you? I'm doing fine. And if you don't mind answering a second, did you come up with the model or find it? Anonymous asks, did you create your VTuber model yourself? And Simon asks, how'd you got your avatar? Did you make it yourself or got someone else to do it? Was it free or did it cost money? It was free because I made it myself from scratch in Blender. Here you go, a couple of very professional pictures of my full model. The reason why you haven't seen my full model ever, it's because it's not finished. You see all those pretty clothes that I'm wearing on that screenshot? They are not textured. I have not textured my clothing and that's why it's pitch black. I am not planning on texturing it either because I am lazy and I would like to focus on other things instead of finishing this model because I am lazy like that. I prefer to focus on doing 2D art and hopefully one day work towards making a live 2D model. Who knows? I like 3D. I just like 2D better. So I don't think I'll be ever finishing this model. Like, I love it. But the reason why you've never seen my full body is because I am not textured in. But that's it. That's what it looks like in the pitch of the dark. The pitch of the dark actually looks like that in Blender. And yes, I made it all myself. She has no legs. I do have legs. I have legs and I have shoes, but my legs are just not textured and my shoes aren't either. But they are there. And like, concept. I have the shape of them. They are just not textured in. So they're just gray. But I'm not going to show you. You cannot ask a lady to show her gray legs. But yeah, I made it all myself. All of the models, actually. The first one is the only one that I made on Vroid. The other two, like, I call the first one the V0. I call the second one the V1, and I call this one the V2. V0 was made on Vroid, so it took me I made it very quickly in like a day, an afternoon or something like that. V1 has no legs, like fully, it doesn't even have hips. It's just a waist up model. She took me like a week. And this one that's a lot more sculpted in, I can't really say how long it took to make because I worked it in stages. I first made like a very basic version with just a t-shirt and then I started making all of this and then I got bored. So I don't know, I can't really estimate how long this one took to make. I love the first one, reminds me of Ellen Joe from ZZZ. Glad you say that because that's actually one of the inspirations, but we'll get to that. There's a slide for that, I have a slide for everything. Right here. The Paperclip asks, congrats on your first milestone, thank you very much. What's the thought process you had when making your character persona model? Persona mentioned? I'm just kidding. Here's a couple of the inspirations. So for the V0 model, I actually almost fully made it looking at pictures of Ellen Joe. That's why the hair, you'll notice it's actually exactly the same. Like every single hair strand is placed exactly where Ellen Joe's is, or at least a close approximation to it. And that's why I have shark teeth. I wasn't planning on having shark teeth when I was like ping-ponging inside my head with what I wanted my model to look like. But since I was taking inspiration from Ellen Joe, I was just saying, fuck it, let's just go shark teeth. And now I have shark teeth. It doesn't really have any lore relevance, I just have them. Then the halo and the kind of like cult, religious inspiration that doesn't really reflect in my current model, but definitely does in my lore and stuff. And what I would like a future Live 2D model to look like, but I don't want to spoil that, is inspired by this very specific Vocaloid that I can never remember the name of. But the halo was definitely inspired by her. And the kind of like religious vibes, religious culty kind of vibes, was inspired by this one Vocaloid that I cannot remember the name. And then, the shark teeth are iconic for you, you know? Yeah, they are. They're part of me right now. They're part of me. Now looking very closely, your avatar is generally perfect. I really thought it was 2D, and it turns out that not only it was 3D all this time, but it gives the impression of being a live 2D model. That's the biggest compliment you could probably give me. I'm very proud of this model. I just don't feel like finishing it. But I'm really glad that you enjoy it. I put a lot of effort into it. At least the parts that you can see. Wait. Now flip. No, I'm not gonna flip. Okay, and the Carrie is here. I haven't watched Carrie, by the way, but Carrie is here because the red part of my hair, that, by the way, it's red. There's this very wonderful artist on Twitter that has been drawing a couple of drawings of me that you should totally go follow them and give them a like and give them all your support, that has drawn me with dark roots in my hair, but they are actually red. They just look a lot darker because of how I manipulate my videos for like ASMR content and stuff. Sometimes they look a lot darker and they look kind of black, but they are red, and they are inspired by Carrie in that like they are supposed to kind of like imitate blood dripping from my head. I don't know how well that translates into the model, but that was the inspiration for it. That was the reason like I wanted to have dark roots, like dark red roots for my hair. It was inspired by Carrie, and it's meant to represent my humanity draining out of me. Yeah. I love the way the stars kind of wobble and bounce. It's really cool and cute. Thank you. It took a lot of time to set up. I'll give you a little dance. It took a lot of time to set up on Blender. Whip, 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 but I do think it's very cute. I wanted them to make them spin, actually, like around my head, but I couldn't get that to work, and I'm very sad about that. Moving on to the next one. We are almost finished, actually. How long did it take you to create your current model? Asks Cool Gamer. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe like 2 weeks, something like that. I couldn't find the file. Like I had the file, but I couldn't find like what time I finished it, because I did play around with it a little bit after I opened it last for like finishing the model. So I can't really say, but my guess is like 2 months, 2 weeks or something like that. I like the big eyes are the big thing. What inspired that? Also, you're a lot more edgy than I originally thought. Why? Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I decided to have big dark eyes because I think it was a nice contrast against like my kind of fair skin and my blonde hair. It just kind of made sense to give myself big dark eyes because that way they stand out and they create a nice contrast. I wanted to give myself like star-eyed pupils. I definitely been drawing that into my drawings, but it's just not in the model. I think that this current model is not 100% like accurate to what I like the final design of myself to look like. It's a very close approximation. It's like a beta version of what I am planning to do in my head, but I don't want to spoil that. But it's mostly for contrast. And they turned out to be incredibly huge eyes because of the artist that I inspired my 3D art style from, which is Kamochiru, which is actually a very famous VTuber artist that you probably know a couple of VTubers that have a model made by them because they are incredibly popular and they draw big old peepers. They made a couple of models for Iron Mouse, Contail VA, and other wonderful people that I cannot recall right now. But their art style has some big old peepers, and just by inspiring myself from them, I ended up with big old peepers myself. Big old peepers. I remember when your eyes had dark sclera, and when you changed your eyes for a while, I thought I gaslit myself into thinking you had them Lamau. No, actually the dark scleras were part of the design at first. They were like actually part of the design and not just like a an art style kind of thing. A lot of people like to draw the scleras very dark, and I definitely do too. And like me do 2D art. But it was supposed to be part of the model. But then I figured not having them be so dark makes them look kind of better. I think they wash out the dark eyes a lot. But it's a big debate for me. Like sometimes I draw myself with really dark scleras and sometimes I don't. It was definitely intentional and it was definitely meant to be part of the design. But then it kind of like, I dropped it slowly. But I've been debating. Who knows if in my final form I will have dark scleras. We'll just wait and see. But it was definitely intentional. It was definitely there and it's definitely a feature. It was meant to give me more like a kind of like ethereal kind of aura, but it kind of just washed out my eyes. Someday I'll show you like the first Cordelia design that doesn't really look like I look like right now, but it was like the main inspiration. Sometimes I'll show it on Twitter. Someday I'll show it on Twitter. I have 2 quick questions. Would you try Spotify for those of us who game? I haven't really thought about that, to be honest. And will you do a Discord server or do you not want to have to deal with the hassle? I haven't really thought about the Spotify thing at all. I don't listen to ASMR on Spotify myself. I am a YouTube music kind of girl because my brother pays for YouTube Premium and I'm just like leeching off of his subscription. So I don't use Spotify, but it's definitely a good idea. It's definitely a good idea. And about the Discord thing, wink, wink, wink. Don't ruin my surprise, you big dummy. Hee 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 hee. Oh, bye. I'm going. Never mind. I'm here. Whoop. And yeah, about the edgy thing. I guess I do act a little bit different in my ASMR roleplays than I do like normal life like right now. But because it's ASMR, you know? You kind of like act a lot more comforting and nice and sweet in my ASMR videos, but I am an edgelord in real life. I just treat you nicely for the ASMR. Otherwise, you're just big dummies. Stupid. Just kidding. You're great. I'm just teasing you. Alright. Randoms part, I don't know. I think it's 4th, something like that. Just some more random questions and we'll be done. Ivan Shiny asks, let's say, hypothetically, you could only ever have one single spaghetti sauce for the rest of your life. Which one would it be? There's a correct answer. Controversial. I like cuatro quesos sauce. I tried to look it up in English. There is no translation. But it's a sauce that is made out of 4 cheese. The sauce name is literally 4 cheese. And it's just cheese. And it tastes like cheese and it's fantastic. And I love it. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I could never hate you. You watch my videos and you give me money. How could I possibly hate you? Ah! I'm just kidding. I genuinely appreciate you all a lot. You're all great. It's cuatro quesos. It means 4 cheeses. I don't know which 4 cheeses it's made out of. But it's basically cheese, and it's just cheese sauce, and it's so good, and I haven't had it in such a long while. But I do also like tuco, like bolognese, I think it would be, with like a lot of meat. Yeah. Salesir asks, could you beat 1,000,000 pigeons in a fight with prep time? No, because they're chill AF. I love pigeons, they're cool. That's me. That's a picture of me in real life. That's what I look like in real life. And those are my pet pigeons. I like pigeons. They're cute. They're cute little guys. It's not their fault that they invade every space that they inhabit. It's not their fault. It's because people in like the Victorian era or something like that adopted a bunch of pigeons and then decided they sucked and then they threw them on the street and now there's pigeons everywhere. It's not their fault that they are everywhere. It's the fault of humanity. Negative degradation ASMR confirmed. I won't be doing that because you're all a bunch of little freaks. And I won't be feeding into your freaky little fetishes, you weirdos. I'm just kidding. Maybe someday I'll do degradation ASMR, but you're just so nice, I don't want to be mean to you. It's for cheese sauce. Is it really? Oh, cool. There's a translation. That's what we call it. Oh, why didn't I get that when I searched for it? Well, it's 4 cheese sauce. I like 4 cheese sauce. It's 4 cheeses. I like it. Sometimes I remember I can throw myself across the screen and it's fun. And then we got, what color is today? I didn't answer this one because I wouldn't know what day it would be today when I got to streaming this. But I guess today is like, it feels like a nice orangey kind of color. That's what it feels like. You know, it's very cheery and fun day because I'm here and I'm streaming for the first time and there's so many people and it makes me really happy to be here with you all. But it's also a little bit red because I'm tension. I'm like nervous and I'm like all over the place. And I'm anxious and I'm happy and I'm passionate. So I think a nice orange. Like a very nice bright orange. And now we got more random questions. The dogs be barking. I don't know if you can hear that, but the dogs be barking. I really need to go to the bathroom. Would you wait for me while I go to the bathroom? Don't leave, okay? I'll go to the bathroom to like do bathroom stuff. But I'll be right back. Don't leave, okay? Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold up, actually, neutral affirmations is great. I love that. I love neutral affirmations. You're just a regular dude. I love that. Who dares take a nap on my absence? Who said you were allowed to sleep while I was gone? Well, no, how dare you? You fell asleep while I was talking to you? Dummy. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm glad you fell asleep. Sleep is great. I wish I could be I wish I could eat. I'm very hungry right now. Welcome back. Thank you. Hi. Hello. I'm back. Oh my god. We're 3 hours in. Holy hell. My throat actually feels a lot better right now. From like 2 minutes of not talking. We're almost done. We're almost done actually. We're almost done. Clicking my fingers. Alright, guys, I think she said tsundere. Shut up, you soon piece of shit. I think I am. Am I? You'll let me know. Whatever. Let's keep answering these damn questions. They need Sharky, but well, I'm streaming right now. I can't eat. Maybe by the end, we'll have some eating somewhere. Who knows? Perhaps. I don't know. I'll have dinner after I'm done. Don't worry. So, Neither asks, when will we let out of the basement? Never. Michael Ambarosa asks, can I go home please? Never. The Engineer. Is that a Team Fortress reference? The Engineer asks why? Why not? Axel Blue asks, how many hot dogs can you stack on top of your head? That many. That many. Saneness Show asks, hear this out. Hear this French out. Do you know you speak French? I don't, but right now I do. As-tu prévu de conquérir le monde? As-tu prévu de conquérir le monde? Oui. And Genocider asks, de qué cuadro sos? That means, what team do you root for? Referring to soccer. I'm from River Plate. Soy de Rivera. ¡Aburrir, carajo! There you go. That's as much Spanish as you'll get for the rest of the video. My voice. I'm French. Oh, do you like that French? Do you like my French? I think that was great. I think that was great. There was an attempt. Oh god. I'm getting roasted by the French. I'm getting roasted by the French. Moving on. We got our last questions. Oh my god, oh my god, I ruined my last slide. I can't believe this. This wasn't supposed to be here. That wasn't supposed to be here. It was supposed to be like just the thing, and it would be like sentimental. I would be like, oh, what makes you happy? And it would be like a moment of nice reflection. To be very mushy and thankful. But I've ruined it because I added this. God damn it. Anyway, what makes you happy? You do. You do. Making ASMR makes me really happy. Making content, getting people to go to bed. It makes me genuinely so happy. It generally, like these past 6 months, I know I've been doing this for like a short while. 6 months is like nothing. But they have been some of the most fun 6 months of my life. Even though I've only been just like sitting in the computer, I've been making so much art. I've been like reigniting so many passions for like art and 2D and content creation. And I've been getting so many nice messages, so many nice people saying that they love what I do and saying that I help them sleep every night and that in a way they depend on me in like the best way. It can sound a little bit weird, but having people that like, even though they don't know me, are watching out for me and are looking out for what I do with so much like expectation, it makes me really happy. It makes me incredibly happy. And it makes me incredibly happy to be here right now, doing this for you. And generally, I have the biggest idiot smile on my face right now. And generally, this makes me really happy. Being here right now makes me really happy. Yeah. That's so sweet. Thanks for helping us sleep. Thank you for watching. Cordy like says, I do. You're cool guys. You're cool guys, yeah. And we love you too, Sharky. Thank you for giving us sleep. You be getting all mushy, you be getting all happy. Oh, you girl so cute. Anyway. Moving on. I'm just kidding. It's always great to find people who appreciate your job and recognize the effort. Exactly, that you took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly, being appreciated and have people who appreciate what I do and that inspire me to keep going and keep pushing myself and making art. It's really fun. And it makes me really happy. Your content is great, easily top 3 of my favorite ASMR creators. Why not top 1 though? I'm mad. That doesn't make me happy. I'm just kidding. It makes me really happy. It makes me really happy that you appreciate what you do. You're all great. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on. I'm tired of being mushy. It makes me blush. Okay, and now finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. I will be reading stuff live. So if there's any pending questions that you'd like to ask me, it's now or never. You ask now or I will ever answer any other question that you may ever have. It's now or never. Speaking of sleep, I need to sleep. I'm still recovering from a head cold, so even though it's only 9, I need to crash. Don't worry, go to sleep. You'll feel much better when you wake up, I promise. Sleep is always the greatest medicine. Thanks for the stream, Cordelia. Thank you for hanging around. Can't wait for Cordelia Gaming. Perhaps someday when I get a better computer. I'm running out of water, so let's make this quick. I'm just kidding. Can you defeat God? He has prep time. I don't. He does, but I don't. I could. You know what? I could. Because I'm sweet like that. I have manipulative skills, and that's the strongest power of them all. I totally could. Why not? Because just know. Fan base name? Little Lambs. You're all little lambs. You're all my little lambs. You're all my little guys. You're all my little lambs. And my members are goats. Because you're all the goats. And you know, because it's like a lamb and a goat. Haha. That's funny. You're all little lambs. You're all my little lambs. Where am I? Does anyone know what year it is? It is 2026. And I don't know where you are. But you can send your full, like, your home address to my email. And also send me, like, your credit card information. And also send me your phone number. And also send me your email addresses. How about that? And then I'll let you know where you are. Have you got Kool-Aid? No, I do not. And if you have, what's your opinion on it? I've never tried Kool-Aid. I don't know if, like packet juices would be, like, the equivalent of Kool-Aid. But, like, you know, juices that come in, like a powder. I've tried those, but I guess it's not exactly Kool-Aid. But I do like the Kool-Aid man. I think he's hot. He's a very, very hot puppy. Excuse me, Miss Cordelia. I'm from Ronin News Network, and I'd like to ask, do you bite? Ow! Does that answer your question? When is Fear and Hunger speedrun? No, please don't make me. No. You know, I said this on Twitter. I'm really scared of that game. It really terrifies me. It's just, I've tried playing it, and I ditched at like the 3-hour mark because it was too much for my little tiny heart. No. I'm not doing that. I lost the question I was on. Oh my god. What's the next question? Here we go. I realized while watching, was the Grape Robber video inspired by Shiggy? God damn it! There we go. Inspired by Shiggy. Assuming you watched the anime, which you haven't, I think you'll love it. I do not know what Shiggy is, but it sounds great. If it has to do with grape robbing, it sounds great. I know you've made reference to stuff here and there, but that had me thinking. Sensitive question, but are you older or younger than 25? I am 22 years old. Forever 22 years old. Will Franklin eventually defend his home? IDK. Ask him. Why are you asking me? Do you start using Blender? How do you start using Blender? I started doing low poly TF2 fan models. That is how I started into Blender. I learned from that, and I actually started using Blockbench at first, and then I gradually moved back to Blender. To learn or by yourself, by a course, or by yourself, but with the help of some YouTubers. If that's the case, which one do you recommend? I learned a lot through like breaking stuff and playing around with stuff. trying stuff out and looking tutorials whenever I feel like I need them, you know? So if I'm sculpting and I wonder if I can do this, I'll look up a tutorial for that. But I've never followed any courses or like strict tutorials like the donut stuff. I never tried those. I basically just started with low poly models and slowly made my way up. Oh my god, the chat keeps going up. Skimming through all of these. Lamb motif, so cute. Lambs are the adorablest creatures ever. I love them. I love sacrificing them. What was the craziest storm or nature weather event you've ever experienced? Love big thunderstorms. I do too. I once was in Brazil and I was swimming in the water and it was a beautiful sunny day, and then out of a sudden the sky went completely dark and like ice chunks started falling from the sky. I cannot remember what that's called in English. But you know when it rains and it's cold, so like ice chunks fall from the sky? That happened while I was in the water in Brazil and there was thunder. And I was very scared, and after like 5 minutes it just went back to normal. And I went back to playing in the sun. Also one time a tree fell out like in front of my room, like it almost hit the roof of my room while I was sleeping. And I like saw it and I heard it. I wasn't sleeping, I was like half asleep, but I saw from my window and I heard the tree like and it almost fell on top of me. Have you planned on making a ASMR roleplay of the movie The Thing? What was The Thing? Oh, what was The Thing? I can't remember I remember watching it, but I cannot remember which one it was. When you're the thing where you're just checking the video into thinking that you're just a survivor. I cannot remember which movie that is. But maybe. You want us to dox ourselves to you? Yes. Hold, I'll be back with funny numbers. No, actually. That was a joke. Do you like shooters or action games? I played Overwatch 2 for a while and never really got any... I didn't like play anything more than that, to be honest. It's the only shooter that I've ever played. I like TF2, but I like it like the comics and the lore and all that stuff, you know? But I never actually played it, but I do love TF2. Shiki has to do with vampires. Ooh, that's hot. I like that. Not gonna see anything more, no spoilers. I'll think about it. I'll add it to my watch list. Will there be more mate-themed ASMR? If I feel like it, I'm not sure. If I get a cool idea about it. Because just like basic ASMR mate stuff can be a little bit boring, I think, to make. It's just like... if I put a twist on it, I'll probably want to make more. How many hours do you have on TF2? I don't play TF2. Maybe I have like 3 hours or something. I tried playing it, but I never really got the hang of the game. Like, I didn't understand it. Coming from Overwatch, I was like, whoa, what's happening? Where are my abilities? Why can't I fly? Basically, and I was like, can you drop your TF2 inventory or its value in scrap? Like I said, I don't play TF2. I just like the comics and the videos. Oh my god, everyone started talking about TF2, what the fuck? Have you ever played Skyrim like that one video suggests? No, I have not. That one video was actually a script from Reddit, so someone else wrote that video, but I haven't played Skyrim, but it does look very fun. What's your TF2 main? I do not play TF2, but I do like the sniper in concept. What's your controversial TF2 take? The sniper is hot. Can you do ASMR with some trickling water and the like? I'll think about that. I'm not really into doing messy ASMR type of videos because I'm very lazy. And setting it up would probably be a pain, but I'll think about it. I do love the sound of water though. And it can be like really cool for like cleaning or like hair cleaning stuff or whatever. I just have to get over my laziness. Fake TF2 fan? I'm not a fake fan. I never said I was a fan of it. I never said I played it. I just said that I like the comics and the videos. but I don't really play it, but I'm not a fan of the game, I just like it. What are your thoughts on rabbits? Tasty. Do you accept them into your cult? To eat them, yeah. Just kidding, they are adorable, and yes, you can be part of the cult. The Thing is a really cool and creepy horror movie, and the practical effects and the body horror in the creature is perfect even to this day. I just cannot remember which movie it is. I swear I wait, let me look it up actually. The Thing. Oh, you know what? No, I haven't watched it actually. I have not watched this one. I'll probably be watching it then. Don't play Destiny, it's a warning from a player since 2014. I've gotten that. I've gotten a lot of people saying don't play Destiny, and I'll take you on that. Do you like water? Only if it's dirty. Why is chat like 3 minutes behind? It's because I was reading like the chats that came before. Like I was trying to read the questions in order. So I got delayed a little bit, but I'm catching up. The sniper being hot isn't controversial. You're totally right. That's just a fact. Tried playing Marvel Rivals. Oh, you're asking an Overwatch fan if they played Marvel Rivals? My heart is set on Overwatch. I actually haven't played it in like a long while. But in general, I don't like Marvel, like superheroes. DC also, I don't like. It's just not my genre, so it doesn't really call out to me. But it does look amazing, like the 3D models are absolutely amazing in that game. Kudos to the art team. Have you played 100 Line? Excellent question! I have not because it's very expensive, but I do really want to play it, and I don't want to pirate it. I mean, you didn't hear that. I don't pirate games. I don't pirate games. No, I don't. No. Wink. Fictional wink because my blinking is linked and I cannot wink. Wink. But I would love to play it. But it's just very expensive. I'll have to wait for it to go on a big sale someday. I guess. Do you drink carbonated water or plain water? Plain water. I hate carbonated water. It's very disgusting. I don't like it. How many hours do you have in TF2? Oh my god, that made me pull it up. Last question I'm going to be answering because my throat is kind of killing me right now. Let's see. Opening my Steam library right now. I did play Overwatch outside of Steam for a while. I played it on my Switch and I played... Where is it? Hold up, give me a moment. I cannot find... Where the hell is Overwatch? Hello? There we go. I played Overwatch like on battle.net without associating my Steam account for the longest while, so my playtime in Steam is not actually accurate to how much I played. And I also played back on my Switch. I have 664 hours. That was a lot more than I expected. I haven't played in a long while actually, like a good couple of months. Because I really rage that game. I mean, it's Overwatch. The devs make me rage at the game. But I have 668 hours. Only on Steam. Yeah. Well, that was the last question that you're allowed to ask because I am tired. And my throat is kind of killing me. Is us being lambs a reference to Call of the Lambs? Not necessarily. I think lambs are a very common like theme for like cults and sacrifices and stuff. That's why I picture lambs, and also like sleeping because you know, sleeping sheep and stuff. But it is inspired a little bit in Call of the Lamb subconsciously, I guess. I have played that game and it's so good. But yeah, so probably close to 1,000 hours. Maybe something more than that. Maybe like. Yeah, 1,000 hours sounds about right. Sacrificial lamb's a classic concept. Absolutely. You're totally right. 100%. Alright. last 3 slides. I don't remember what's here. Announcement. 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 Ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Announcement. You know, because it's an announcement. I'm very funny like that. I kind of spoiled this a couple of minutes ago because somebody asked a very specific question a couple of hours ago. Love you, Cordelia. Thanks again for the stream. You're welcome. We're not done yet. Don't leave yet, unless you have to. But we have an announcement. Announcement. It's Discord. I have a Discord. I will share the link, but I do not have it on me yet. I have to look it up. Oh, I'm so lazy. I don't want to like write it down. Oh, I'll write it down for you, whatever. I'm too lazy to open up Discord. So HTTP can I share? I think I can. Discord.gg. I'm typing it out for you right now because I'm that nice. Because I'm too lazy to go to Discord to copy and paste it. PEB3BH. Is that right? UTFKPEB3BH. That seems about right. That's the link. You can join. I think. I hope I did everything correctly. I will say it is my very, very, very first time running a Discord server. So if stuff just breaks and it explodes, oh, I forgot to change the profile picture. Please ignore that photograph of Eminem. Ignore that. I will be changing that soon. I forgot to change it. I remember I put it to like just have something. Please ignore that. Whoops. You can join the Discord. Like I said, haven't run a Discord before, so stuff will probably break. But let's take it slow. I'll take it slow. Maybe if there's too many people, I'll like do mod applications or something like that. We'll see. Let's take it slow, one step at a time. I don't plan it to be like the biggest thing. I don't plan it to be like making events and stuff like that. It's just a place that we get to chat and you all get to chat. It seems you all got along very nicely and I'm very happy about that. It's just a place where you can catch up with me more casually. My phone is starting to go off. And we can just chat and take it slow. It's my first time doing this. Please don't tease me. But yeah, go ahead and join. I hope we have a great time over there and we'll keep chatting and sharing. I'll probably be sharing a lot of like work in progress art, maybe, who knows. But yeah, this was very fun and it was very fun setting it up. I hope it doesn't explode. I hope you have mods. I pray for no shutters. It's me and one mod that, by the way, I totally forgot to introduce my mod. You probably saw him. His name is Zero. He uploads various videos as well. He does Minecraft long plays. If you'd like, please go give him a follow. He's very nice and he's been helping me a lot. And he's also my mod on Discord. So it's just me and him for now. So let's just hope for the best. I wasn't here for the past minutes. Discord. That's basically a Discord. Join the Discord and ignore the profile picture. Discord. Join the Discord and ignore the profile picture. Discord. Join my basement. Okay. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. We're done. I'm finally done. Thank you everyone for coming. This has been incredibly fun. This has been so much fun. Like, I was so nervous at the beginning, but I think I found my footing. I think I will be streaming more frequently if you want me to. Do you want me to? Do you want me to stream more frequently? Do you want me to hang out with you more frequently? Only if you want to. If you don't, like, well, guess I'll just fuck off. Whatever. But again, thank you so much for joining me. You've all been amazing. You're all so nice, and I'm so happy to have finally met you all in person. Quote unquote in person. Or at least live. You're all the best. And I'll go have dinner. I am finally allowed to have dinner. ASMR streams? Possibly. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what the world... We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I just have to find my footing with streaming and see how I can fit it in the schedule. But for now, my top priority is going to keep being my ASMR videos. And I'll see if I can sneak a live stream here or there, but I'll be sure to let you know like a week in advance or something. I'm done. I'm finally done. I was about right, yeah. 3 hours and a half. That's a long time to be chatting to myself. My throat is kinda killing me, so I'll go have dinner in the quiet and the dark of my room. Thank you really all for coming. If it's late, have a nice sleep. And if it's early, have an amazing rest of your day. I really could not have wished for a better audience. You were all amazing. Thank you for keeping the chat alive through it all. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to every single message. The chat just... I probably could have kept up with it if I wasn't like answering the slideshow's questions. But I'm very happy that I did this. I'm very happy that I finally got this out of me. You're amazing. Thank you so much. You're the best. And hopefully I'll see you next Friday. Bye. I'm taking off. I'm my rocket ship. Goodbye. Oh yeah, also I forgot, I'm talking to you from outer space. I think I can gift memberships. Hold up. I think I can give away 5 memberships. There you go. There you go, 5 memberships for everyone. I gave away the other 5 that I had available a while back. So there you go. Enjoy your memberships. To everyone that got them. I accidentally activated this option when I was doing like a test stream and blew away 5 gift memberships to people that I don't know if they realized that they got a free membership. But I hope you had a free membership. You were blessed with a free membership. And yeah, bye.